Sunday afternoon football, round 11 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League for the Morwell Rec Reserve. Great to have your company. When these two sides come together, it is no bigger rivalry than these two in country Victoria. And you can add to it, standalone Sunday, top 5 up for grabs for the Tigers, top 3 up for grab for the Maroons. It is going to be an absolute belter. Great to have your company. My name's Daryl Cooling. Rob Popplestone's here. Paul Carter's here, and so is Nick Lacino. The first quarter's about to get underway for Virtue Homes. Quick tips, boys, really quickly.
32, Traralgon for me.
Traralgon 17 points, more reliable.
I'll go the Tigers by 2 points. I nailed it yesterday as we get this first quarter underway.
All right, Big Max Jacobson gets the hands on it, and all of a sudden Traralgon have a break. Lewis D'Angelo feeds it off to McMahon, and in the blink of an eye, they're inside their forward 50. Cut off nicely, half back line. Morwell eased the pressure, kick to space, and now the race is on. Who wins that race? Hugh Dunbar was there second, and they're ever so reliable in Ty Hirrigan picks it up, drags it towards a teammate in Tate Marsh, and that back six of Traralgon starts as it finishes most games, and that's pretty reliable as they go forward.
Yeah, down towards Schilling, who's gone forward. Jacobson with the spoil over the top. Boxer matchups.
Very fired up. Daniel Grex ran down to full back, bumped about 4 Traralgon players on the way. He's fired up, and he's taken the job on Brett Eddy this afternoon, boys.
Boundary throw in. Jacobson in the front spot. Comes down to his toes. He tries to pick it up off the deck, then loses the football. Head over there was Neocleus. They get it to him now with his kick around the body. Goes to the shallow pocket. Schilling couldn't mark it. Comes to ground. And the Tigers will happy to see that go over for a boundary throw-in.
Yeah, really high-tempo start to the game there, boys, too. The boys been zipping in and out of the Traralgon 50 at the moment. And just the scoring end for me at the moment is the Morwell end.
Conditions are a little bit slippery. This time Musil taps it down. Trying to run through at pace there was Collison. Handball at ground level now is Musil. And again, not getting too far away from these stoppages. Here's Rob Popplestone.
A few bodies around the ball, about 24 inside that forward 50.
I should have said the scoring end was at the Morwell, Traralgon, Morwell.
Oh, dear. Have a think about it. We'll get back to you. Ball bounced down and off they go. Quick kick forward by D'Angelo. Falls just a metre short. Nice mark.
Yep.
Last line, and it's been paid to Billy Schilling. The long sleeve wearing Billy Schilling. Just a metre out, but on the tightest of angles. We'll have the first opportunity to score this afternoon. Traralgon, the visiting side here at Morwell. Traralgon, as you heard, sitting fourth on the ladder. The possibility of just sneaking up to a top 3 spot, whereas Morwell desperately need a win to put some pressure on that 5th place sale. Schilling, standing start, punt kick, he's chosen to, and he's chosen the right option. Nice goal, good start. Traralgon on the board.
Yeah, found himself as a goal kicker last week as well. He's been working his way back into the side through injury. He's a big asset to this side, big recruit at the start of the year, and he started the game off beautifully as well. One thing's a little bit of a worry for Morwell is their start of the games throughout the whole year. I reckon the last couple of years their slow starts have really been their Achilles heel. They need to rebound back off that goal pretty quickly.
That first goal for the Virtue Homes scoreboard has come at the 2-minute mark of this first quarter. Traralgon 1 goal straight 6.
So Musil and Jacobson in the middle. Jacobson clear tap down to Collison. Handball nicely run to Snyder. Right foot drives it deep inside forward 50. Over the back with a big spoil. There's a free kick for a hold. Max Linton's with a big spoil, but the hold was on Darnell Grech, and Eddie will get the free kick for the Maroons.
This is what happens when you get really worked up on playing on a gun player, and I think obviously Darnell would have known early throughout the week that he was playing on him. And right now, his concern was about not giving him the front position. He's giving away a free kick.
So pretty much directly in front will be about 35, 38 metres out, and right foot kick is away to the left. And tried to get it working from left to right, but kept it skinny in the Virtue Homes scoreboard this afternoon. If you're thinking of build with Virtue Homes.
1-1-7 Traralgon, more yet to go inside their forward 50, 3.5 minutes played.
All right, so they go short. Darnell Grech is a player that they go to. He goes grandstand side, tries to keep the ball in, can't. Quick kick forward by D'Angelo to within 20 metres. Good mark. One of the last lines of defence was taken by Maxie Linton, who plays on quickly. They've got the runners, grandstand side. They go short, 50-50 ball. Hirrigan over the tops, applies enough pressure to spill the ball to the front of the pack, and Morwell have got the numbers again and they work it out. That's done nicely by Cooling, feeds it off, and it's now at a half forward flank. All players beaten to the ball by the boundary. So right half forward flank. And Morwell into attack behind the scenes.
Yeah, loving it at the moment too.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of spice in the game.
Josh
at the moment,
Galea
every
and
player.
Ty Harrigan.
Yeah, there's a few bumps going on around every player at the minute, so look forward to some action shortly.
Musil with a big tap down, looking for Quigley, coming the other direction. There was Dunbar, and now Collison gets wrapped up by a Quigley tackle.
Pretty unlucky not to get a hold of the ball. Free kick then too, the Tigers. He took on a couple of players in Colo and was lucky to get away with just the stoppage.
Close to the boundary line, 70 metres out from the Tigers' goal. They trail by 7 points. Down at ground level was McFarlane. Will win it from the stoppage. Right foot kick to an open forward line. Back there is Marsh with whack. Marsh will get worked off it. Now coming to help is McDonald. Got to get through McMahon. Just left it behind. Marsh tries to kick it off the ground. Over the shoulder handball from McDonald was okay. Lands in the hands now of Cooling. He goes back by hand to Bailey. And just say ease the pressure a little bit. They get it to the hands of Walsh, who will chip it over the top and finds Zach Anderson. So they're under pressure, but they held onto the football. They go inside forward 50 again. Big fly from Gray. Couldn't complete the mark. Ball at ground level. Head over the football. There'll be a free kick going the Tigers' way. It's going to Josh Galea. Did you see that box?
Yeah, no, I didn't really see what happened then too. He didn't actually even tell us what the free kick was for. But a good opportunity here for the Tigers now. Josh Galea, he's been known as a goal kicker in the past, has played back a few games this so far of the year. So let's see how he goes here.
Tight angle, 45 metres around. Right foot kick on its way. Wants it to come back from left to right. Not going to do so. Again, that one skinny with the breeze keeping it to the left. Another minor score. Paul.
Moores on the board for the first time today on the Virtue Home scoreboard. They won behind 1 point. Traralgon 117, 6 minute mark first quarter.
All right, so McMahon has a look in front, and they've set up a fairly tight zone, Morwell, but McMahon's skillful enough to thread it. Can he find a teammate? He can't get it past Whack, that whacked the ball with his left fist and then followed up and was taken high. So a free kick after a good piece of play went against Collison, who was fighting for Whack with that ball. And now Whack will kick from just outside 50 in a 45-degree angle.
He's giving himself a chance here, Poppy, as well. Ooh. So hasn't even looked off giving it off.
No, and the wind's probably somewhat in his face, but
yeah.
I did notice that Josh Galea a moment ago got the distance well, so you'd have to back Whack in, and he's backing himself in. Off the leg, looks pretty good. May fall short. No, made the distance. Again, lesson not learnt from a moment ago.
Yeah.
Second behind.
2 behinds, 2 points. Morwell, that's a 5-point margin into Traralgon's favour. 117. Virtue Home scoreboard's 7 minute mark.
Hourigan stays in the goal square, kicks it out wide to Marsh, who has some room to run. He'll run and draw handball over the top to Collison. He's got to run it in Snyder as well. Handball gets to him. Right foot kick around the body. Eddie and Grech. Eddie spoils. Cooling was there. Swooped on it. Little chip kick to Whack. Just missed his hands. Then he goes again. Marsh at ground level. And Whack will wrap him up.
It was a bit too easy coming out of defensive 50 and then Nick. Yeah.
They did too. They had their overlap run as well, Traralgon too. And Traralgon just a little bit, Moore was a little bit slow on counteracting that at the minute.
Big tap by Musil, tried to clear the area, but the winger at the back was Marsh, who stopped that one. McMahon got the handball received, kicks down the line, back goes Anderson. Just doesn't complete the mark. Back there now is Jacobson to chisel a kick to Whack and finds him on the outer wing.
So Whack's been busy, plays off on around the man on the mark, handballs it off to Jacobson. That left leg goes to half forward, but it was taken nicely by Tom Hamilton. That's Tom Hamilton from right half back flank, goes along the line. The kick wasn't great off the boot. In fact, boundary umpire agrees, chucks out both hands out of play in the full. Free kick goes Morwell's way.
A good swing here by Morwell at the moment too. They've just actually able to hold back Traralgon because they started really well, the Maroons.
Well, they kick back down the line. This time Tom Gray works Hamilton out from underneath that one and takes a nice contested mark. He's too far out to score is Gray. Kicks towards a dangerous hot spot. Sculters will fly. Has to spoil in the end. Front spot there was Snyder. Goes again. He got pinged or pushed in the back. In the back it will be to Tom Snyder. Tigers just happy to work the far side of the ground and not hold on to it, whereas Maroons at this stage are just looking to hold on to it, coming out of their back half. He went lateral to Marsh. Now he just chips it over the top to Collison, who works. Just a 15-metre kick. We've travelled 9 minutes. It's 5 points in favour of the Maroons on the Virtue Home scoreboard.
So Morwell just sitting off their opponents at the moment, sort of guarding space rather than players, and Traralgon being a little bit selective in their options as the ball finds itself towards the outer side wing. The umpire will take control.
Gee, Linton had a big fly then, Box, didn't he?
He's had a couple of big flies at the moment this afternoon.
Free kick behind play.
It's going to go
Traralgon's way. The non-officiating umpire has picked out a free kick. It's going to go against Musil, the ruckman for Traralgon. In Big Maxi Jacobson gets the ball, plays on, goes short. And again, they've found some room to move. The player is Tate Marsh, outer side of the ground. Right half forward flank, inside forward 50. Who's the person? Shilling was at the base of the pack. Quick kick from a standing start. Trapodi offline, out of play on the full. So Morwell got an opportunity to regain their composure and play on quickly.
Yeah, they want to switch it quick. Jacobson will get it and get it out wide towards Greg. He's got Dunbar, nicely done by Darnell.
Nice work.
Body work was good. Inside 45, kick to McFarlane is a good one. He can turn and go as well. He's got Weatherall, but the kick was shallow and it's missed him. Weatherall did well, actually, and now it trickles over for a boundary throw-in. And McFarlane knows that he needed to get a longer, deeper purchase on it. We've got a boundary throw-in. True centre wing, 10 minutes gone. Opening quarter for Virtue Homes.
We talk hindsight, though. The kick works. They're on the way. So they've got to get that better.
Beautiful tap down from Jacobson, hit Collison on stride. Lopez left it behind though. That was Riley for the Tigers. Now he gets a handball to McAuliffe. Has to twist and turn, go backwards. Gives a handball back to Carlson. He had one little fumble. Pops out, and that's a throw against Zach Carlson. The Maroons will get it, and that's what happened. You have one fumble, and all of a sudden the pressure's on you. Jacobson won the free kick. He looks down directly in the forward line. Why wouldn't you when Eddie's down there in the front spot? Riley, Lopez, they can raffle it. The Traralgon boys, it's Shilling or Lopez. Lopez in the front spot. And that's why you get it in quick to the one-on-ones. In that case, it was uncontested mark.
Yeah, it's a luxury of the Traralgon side too, because we've found Dill playing down back this year since his return back from injury. Now he's pushed himself forward. I like his game forward because he leads up hard, presents well. He's got an opportunity now to put a goal on the board.
A 45-degree angle, 40 metres out from goal. Riley Lopez puts it on its way, and it's over the goal umpire's head. And that's a good start for the Maroons. They're up and about. They've got the opening 2 goals of the game.
So what if I was him, I'd be running straight to your brother and saying, how was that going now? Because there'd be no love loss at home at the minute, especially when it's a rivalry game like we have this afternoon. And Traralgon have started really well. Morwell to counteract it, but just a couple of errors there have cost them another goal. Just got to tidy that up, and I think they'll be in a better position.
Morwell goes to an 11-point lead at the 11-minute mark of the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard reads Traralgon 2-1-13, Morwell 2 behinds, 2 points.
All right, ball back in the centre of Morwell's home ground. It'll be Musil doing the work against Howe. I think Howe got the tap. Musil got the reward, though. A quick kick forward, all of 50 metres inside forward 50. Hirrigan got hands on the ball, and when he gets hands on the ball, it's hard to get the ball from him. He takes the mark. With the Morwell goals 40 metres behind him, directly in behind him. He thought about going left and then changed direction, went right, found his teammate, Hugh Dunbar, another defender, part of the magnificent 6 of Traralgon. The defensive 6 goes looking for Howe, slipped through his hands under pressure, picked up nicely, and all of a sudden Morwell have the chance to get themselves out of trouble. But what happened was they got themselves into trouble.
Yeah, just got caught going back into traffic there and throwing the footy against Cooling. Lands in the hands of Eddie. Eddie's on the wing though, and he kicks towards half forward over the top of D'Angelo's head. Trapodi had to come and cause a contest. Tigers shuffle it out. Carlson was good. Handball inboard. Just missed his Tigers teammates, and 3 of them looked at each other and allowed Traralgon to come in. Nicely done by Josh Hamilton it was. Head over the football from Whack. Now Lopez gives it back to Walsh, who chip kicks over the top looking for his coach and marking that out stretch. No, it's actually out of bounds on the full. And Joel Skolters will win the free kick. He's wearing the helmet, coming back from a fractured cheekbone or eye socket thereabouts. Hence why he's got the helmet on. He went inboard to D'Angelo, who finds Collison on the wing. Quick play to D'Angelo back.
He does too, and D'Angelo goes straight down the gullet. Can it go? Good mark from behind the pack. I reckon was it Suter that took the mark, played on quickly. Cooling it was. Good play by the young fella. But his kick found another good defender in Hirrigan. He plays on quickly. Off they go. Howe feeds it off to Collison. Collison's into trouble and caught with the ball. A big, strong hit.
Wow.
Will go Morwell's way, but as Scudder's told you, head to a clash.
Yeah.
It was
McAuliffe and Yeah, it is McAuliffe.
Collison. He's a bull, McAuliffe. I love the way he goes about the game. I know that was an accident, but he's a bull.
He is too, and he plays on quickly towards Wack. Wack just chucked out one met, kept the ball in play, dances around one. Oh, his handball went looking for Musil, but wasn't pinpoint perfect, and it needed to be. A quick kick off the ground goes the way of Brandon McDonald. He can't grab possession, and Morwell eased the pressure, but it's only going to be for a moment.
Yeah, Bailey, though, dropped the mark, and then again, little fumbles, put yourself under pressure.
Errors, and what it does, it allows Traralgon to counteract and cause a lot of grief for the Tigers at the moment. Fix those little errors up.
So Howe taps it down. Collison did well. Goes a great handball to D'Angelo. Dribbles a kick down towards Schilling. Missed him, and Max Jacobson then slips over, leaves the footy behind. He gets shuffled out the back. Josh Hamilton will handle over the top. No.
Yep.
What are they called here?
A free kick for a scoop, the backward scoop. He thought about it, the umpire.
Yeah.
Play had gone on for another few seconds before he thought, you know what, that was probably a scoop. And it was indeed. I thought the kick was there.
First quarter action, Phil, thanks to Virtue Holmes, and Linton has the free kick across half back. It's 11-point margin. His kick towards the wing. Howe will come and spoil Wack. Wack was good at ground level. Handball towards Suter. Close to the boundary, over it goes. And, of course, don't forget, Nick Luceno's here this afternoon, all thanks to Carpet Country, helping dreams become a reality since 1981.
They're forcing them wide scud at the moment, the Maroons. So on their exit out of their defensive 50, Tigers are really struggling to get it past their centre line at the moment.
Just got a blood rule, and this will be Collison's head after the head clash with McAuliffe. I think McAuliffe's still out in the ground, so he must have a hard head. As both sides take the opportunity to make some changes, but Collison just, right on that temple area, the left temple, has a little bit of a gash to it. He's as tough as what McAuliffe is. Big moments, all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club, Pot and Palmer night, 5:30 p.m, only $20 on a Saturday night, and you can catch the AFL this afternoon. They're on their club lounge as well.
15 minutes gone of this first quarter, all-important clash between two local rivals, Traralgon, who are sitting on 2-1, total of 13, Morwell, 2 behinds on Morwell's home ground. Bit of a stalemate as we speak. Ball thrown back in now. Nice play. Looked like a set play too. And Bailey grabs the ball. His left leg goes towards centre half forward. First player there. Who's that going to be? It's going to be Hillier. Feeds it off. Nicely done too. Finds his teammate in Zach Carlson, who in turn found Brandon McDonald.
Probably needs to have a shot from here now. Just settle things down.
No, he's too far out to score.
You reckon?
So don't get your limitations mixed up with the expectations.
All right, so McDonald kicks for the goal, and he's made the distance, or has he? No. He was close, but it was off hands and through for a behind. Off the boot, looked all right, Scott. I thought he might have embarrassed you, but no chance. Yeah, he wipes the sweat from his brow.
A little bit of that anyway.
It's a 10-point lead to Traralgon on the Virtue Home scoreboard at the 16.5-minute mark.
Tigers need a goal, and Schilling takes the mark out of that kick out of full back. He kicks it down the wing area, looks for Jacobson, misses him, goes over the top. Darnell Grech was because he dropped the mark that he should have taken. It allows the Maroons to come in. Tripodi gave it back to Lopez. They get it a half forward. Jacobson did well. Double tap down towards McFarlane. Back now to Jacobson. Kick inboard was smothered. There's Darnell Grech. Right foot kick is beauty. It found McAuliffe. Inside runners are there. Anderson, they can get it further to Bailey. He can get it out to the half-forward flank to find Suter. Does just that. Riley Lopez is all on his own. Doesn't go there. Goes to the 2-on-1. And you go to Hourigan. I'm not sure why, because he gets a hand into every single contest. And he spoiled that forward thrust, saved a shot on goal, and we've got a boundary throw in.
Yeah, what he did, though, he zoned off Galea, knowing that the kick was going to go to McDonald, and bang, all of a sudden we've kicked there as well. Why wouldn't you go to Galea?
Well, sorry, why wouldn't you go to Lopez, the one on his own in the middle?
Yep.
You've got to hit them up.
Ball inside forward 50 now. As you heard from Scott a moment ago, they need to convert 3 scoring shots apiece, but 3 behinds for Morwell, 2-1 for Traralgon. Free kick paid.
Push in the back.
For a push in the back, was it? Didn't see it, but against Howe, I'm guessing.
Yep, in the ruck contest.
Okay, so the free kick will go Morwell's way. Best chance for the goal too, you'd think.
Hang on. Do you give him a chance now, Scott?
100%. This is where you kick it from. Inside 40 metres out, you kick it every day of the week, Boxer.
So he needs to start this one right and well right, even though he's only 40 metres from goal. And Wind will take it left. He starts it right. Wind takes it left. Bang! Straight through the centre. Morwell on the board.
Yeah, good get. That was a really good get. They got the ball inside 50. They worked hard too. I really was impressed with their overlap run through the middle of the ground then too. They linked up really well. You know, a couple of indecisions in regards to bringing the ball inside 50, but some really good signs.
I've had a whistle. I've got another blood rule. Is this
Floyd Bailey coming?
And
Boyd Bailey
Okay.
coming.
so
Yep, there's
Boyd
blood there
Bailey.
on the side of his face there, mate. So, yeah, a good little finish off there by the Tigers.
I think you'll find it on his elbow, as he's just getting his elbow worked on at the moment with the blood.
He might get that plastered as well.
Side of the
this
face.
afternoon.
So back in the middle of the ball goes scoreboard on the Virtue Home scoreboard.
It's a 4-point ball game at the moment. 2-1-13 Traralgon to 1-3-9 Morwell.
Ball thrown up, nicely done. Hal got the tap. Collison got the handball. He got that from his teammate in Schneider. He goes towards forward 50. Good pack of players fighting. Eddie at ground level, first player there. Tries to create a pathway for a teammate. Can't get through that pathway. Umpire takes control, 30 metres from Traralgon's goals. 45-degree angle.
We're not playing for Logies here,
Yeah.
Scud, and he just tried to play for one then.
19 minutes gone. Morwell trail by just 4 points. Ball thrown up. Who's first player there? Eddie got a handball out, did he?
Yep.
Or was it?
No,
It
throw.
was Eddie. Throw was the call, so Morwell will get the recipient free kick.
Tom Gray is the one doing some ruck duties now with Dan Musil.
Had a fair haircut there, Scud,
He
too.
has shaved the head, kicks down the line, and again, I'm not sure the Tigers need to persist with this kick down the line. They're not working for him. They need to hold on to it. As Dunbar drives it back in, big spoil again by Linton. He's had a couple of those, and he's given away another free kick. I'm not sure. He's
Didn't
been
see
good,
that.
Linton. This is
No.
the second time they've been pinged for over the shoulder or push, and I don't think they're there.
It was against Zach Anderson too, Scud, sorry. He was holding the arm. Going what the umpire said, or for what I could see.
So it would be a dream start for Dylan LaPraise. If that's the player.
Yep, absolutely. Been playing back and now has been rolled forward, so a good move there, Pop.
So LaPraise from 40 metres out, almost directly in front. Normally a good finisher. Guess what? 2 from 3 goes alongside the name Dylan LaPraise.
Disappointed, that's all. Just a couple of indiscretions inside their forward. Back 50, the Tigers have given away a couple of goals. Their best play has been, like Scud said, don't go down the line. They've been beaten that way. Every time they've drawn it through the middle, they've got it inside 50 and scored. So just got to refine-tune that, and hopefully they can get this one back from a game that might be slipping away from them already early in this game.
Morwell have reclaimed their 10-point advantage to play 21 minutes into the first quarter, and on the Virtue Home scoreboard, Traralgon 3-1-19, leading them all 1-3-9.
Here it comes.
Jacobson back in the middle. Gray will tap this one down. Snyder tried to work a handball out towards McMahon. Then he ducks the shoulder and the umpire falls for it. Free kick.
All right, I might have gone a bit early about the game thing.
Backwards of centre. He rolls around. Goes towards the target. Will be Eddie. This time in the front spot is Linton. And Eddie flies
Nice.
over the top and has taken the mark.
Maybe not.
So Eddie, we know he can thump it. He can he'll roost this from 50 metres.
Usually
And-
gets a bit too much height to his kicking, I find.
All right, let's see how this goes. You don't want it, any higher than the goalposts?
Well, I'd like to see him just sort of punch the ball a bit more. I reckon he can get another 10 metres on his kick.
Maybe the distance will help
Yeah.
him do that. Right on 50. No, you're exactly right. Got underneath it a little bit, but will it make the distance? No, yes, maybe. I think it's there. The umpire rolls in and says all clear. It just made the distance. Just a big contest formed on the goal line. They put it through. Brett Eady gets his first of the afternoon. Danger signs for the Tigers.
Yeah, great contested mark there by Brady. We know how good he is, and I might have pulled the trigger a bit early about how far the game's slipping away from Morwell at the moment, but now it's starting to trickle a little bit. They've just got to get a little bit tighter down back. Their midfield is the one that needs to do a little bit of work at the moment.
And that's back out to a 16-point margin in Traralgon's favour at the 22-minute mark of the first quarter. The Virtue Home scoreboard, Traralgon 4-1-25, leading Morwell 1-3-9.
And off they go again. Jordan Cunico, quick kick forward from the centre, half forward flank. Nice tackle it was on Tom Schneider. Umpire says we'll call it even, Stephen, and we'll ball this one up. Right half forward flank. Traralgon kicking to the left of your radio, the town end, and leading, as you heard from Paul Carter, by 16 points. Ball thrown up at the bottom of the pack. Who's first player there? Looked like McFarlane for Morwell that was there, and he couldn't find a clear way out. It was a dead-end street for him, and the ball be thrown up again.
Musil taps it forward. Carlson tried to run onto it. Again, ducking the shoulder. This time they call play on McMahon. Ball bobbles out. He has to go and find it again. Good handball. Low press to McFarlane. Now Musil kicks it to half forward. At the toes of Hourigan. He couldn't mark this one. Head over the football there was Galea. And the umpire will do it again.
I've got a suspicious feeling that Galea's playing a defensive role on Hourigan at the moment.
Yes.
If he is, he just needs to play a little bit tighter.
Musil tapped it down. Kinnick gave the handball to Kimberley, who ran into a low press tackle. Ball bobbles out. Leaving it behind there was Quigley. Now Hamilton squeezed the handball out, but it went straight to Tristan Wack, the opposition player. He kicks it high. Gray's going to have to fly. He causes a contest. At ground level there was Quigley. Quickly, 3 Traralgon players wrap him up, and the umpire will ball it up, point of the square. 24 minutes gone. It's a Maroons by 16 in the Virtue Homes first quarter.
Jacobson gets a quick tap, goes Morwell's way. Quick kick forward, need a winner right there. Can't find one again, and it's at youngster Tom Hamilton that takes a good mark. He comes grandstand side, changes direction, keeps possession, got a number of runners. One of which is Lewis D'Angelo, feeds it off over the top to Joel Schultz, and his kick was perfect to find Josh Hamilton. Looks inboard, got a couple of options, needs to be good with the kick. He is Collison, gives it to Schilling, and Schilling now. They've gone zigzag from left to right all the way up towards half-forward flank, and if they can get a little bit of fortuitous luck here, they'll be in and out of trouble. They can't. Good pressure it was by Carlson and Wack for Morwell to stop that piece of play by the visiting side.
Yeah, good call there, Poppy. It's Wack's effort then too, just to negate a Traralgon onslaught then from that kick from Schilling.
Jacobson tapped it over, straight into Musel's head, and headbutted out of bounds. 25 minutes gone. Of course, don't forget goals of the day this afternoon. We've only had 1 from the Tigers and 4 from the Maroons. No goal of the day contenders just yet. All thanks to Zambrero. They're in the new store in Warragul, Victoria Street, and at Traralgon as well.
All set shots from memory, I think.
Paul Carter will be able to help us out with those.
Interesting yesterday from our goal of the day. I'll tell you that in a minute, Bob.
Quick play on. Handball from Musel to Cooling, who drives it towards half forward. No one can mark it. There'll be a free kick this time.
Gee, the free kicks are going Traralgon's way, aren't they?
Yep, against the Tigers, and it goes to Hourigan again. And how does a forward hold a defender when the ball's coming in your direction?
Oh, I think that's what Fox has sort of alluded to before. He's more interested in his opponent not getting the kick rather than the ball. The pressure's on the opponent, your defender, to get to stop you getting the ball.
The job
not
should
vice
be from
versa.
Josh is take him away from the play.
Free kicks.
Poppy, you're correct. It's 3 marks and a free kick for Traralgon's 4 goals.
Say that.
Free kicks are 8 apiece, by the way.
Correct.
All right, so Musel has it. It's out of bounds. He goes inboard to Cooling, who takes the mark. Turns around and he's got one. He wants to go backwards, he does. Now the switch is on now. They should continue this quickly. There's Wetherell's got it. He drives it. I'm not sure that was the right switch. They had a couple of short ones. It's a 3-on-1 and the 3 will win. Eddie gave a handball to Skolters. Skolters goes down the line towards Howe. Wait for it to sit. Closing is Campbell. Blewett, that is. Blewett grabs him, wraps him up, and that's holding the footy. And well done by the defender. And Blewett has it. Top of his defensive 50. He'll chip it over the top.
Oh, no, he won't.
And you might have just kicked it out of bounds on the full, I think you have.
Oh, no.
So Howe has the free kick, rolls in, drives his kick towards the top of the square. Lopez will fly. Big spoil. Quigley was there at front spot. Handles over the top to Bailey. He's got it. The inboard 45 kick has to be good to Lopez. He gets it. Now he gives another handball off to the run of Bailey. They've got one. No one back there at all at half forward. And Tom Hamilton took the easiest of intercept marks you'll see. Got caught to play on. And from behind, Tom Gray wrapped him up in a tackle. The umpire said, my ball. Boxer.
Yeah, that's poo. Well, absolute crap.
Prior
that
opportunity.
Prior opportunities when you play on.
You got the mark. There's your opportunity. You get to kick it.
Right on the siren. A quick kick forward won't count. That was from Hillier. Anyway, interesting first quarter of football. Scoreboard probably doesn't reflect the closeness of the competition at this stage, but there's no doubt we've got 3 more quarters of really entertaining stuff to unfold here on Gippsland Live.
Yeah, 4-1-25, the Maroons leading the Tigers 1-3-9. It is all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland.
Corrigan, Jackson McMahon and Tom Shiner.
Young fella's doing okay, Scott.
Yeah, he's across half back at the moment. He's got Neoclis, I think he goes to this second quarter, all thanks to Moe Racing Club. Musil tapped it down. We'll get a secondary stoppage. But for me, the Tigers just need to hold on to the footy a little bit more. Their dump kick down the line's not working for them, and they're just turning it over. Here's Poppy.
All right, Riley LaPraise with the head bandaged after a clash earlier. Is it he or McAuliffe? Maybe it was McAuliffe, and he goes forward again, and nice chain of handballs. McFarlane gets on the end of it, waits, stops, props, and then picks the right option as Scud was calling for, and that right option was Weatherall, who goes inside forward 50 towards Aidan Quigley, who marks on the cusp of the 50. Short lead is on and taken. Tyler Hillier could start off the second quarter as planned by Coach Boyd Bailey. Morwell 139 and Traralgon 4-125.
Nice little start there by the Tigers too. Just exactly what Scud was talking about, using the ball a lot more effectively.
McFarlane was really good, wasn't he? Composed.
Excellent.
So Hillier, maybe on the edge of his distance, maybe a pitching wedge that is to the top of the square. Harrigan flies high, couldn't take the mark. A quick kick was from Troy Gray, we suspect. Tommy Gray.
Yep, Troy's his brother.
Troy Gray, of course, played for West Adelaide in South Australia and who's a mate of mine, but he's nowhere near the Morwell Recreation Reserve. It is Tom Gray, that goal from a pack of players, and edges Morwell closer.
Opportunistic goals, though, they're absolutely magnificent, and that was a beauty as well. He's really grown in stature in his game too, Gray. I really love the way he's come about it. When he got his first crack at it last year, and now
only 19,
and he's only young, and a big future for the young fella.
The club Eastwood Bairnsdale scoreboard, it's Morwell now 2-3-15, Traralgon 4-1-25, and that was after 1 minute.
Jacobson with a beautiful tap over his head. Snyder gave it to Schilling, kicked it towards half forward. Back there was Walsh, cooling with a quick little rush kick around the body. It gets to centre half forward. They go again. Gray, there he is. He's setting them alight now at half forward. Gave a handle to Quigley, to McDonald. Good spoil on that occasion from Little. Run down from behind.
Gee, I thought it was a perfect tackle.
Is it Membry back there?
It is Membry got tackled.
Yep. So Quigley with a strong tackle. They get the stoppage inside forward 50, the Tigers. And Jacobson, clear height advantage over McDonald. Tapped it down. Hillier tried to pick it off. Comes to ground. Attacking that hard again was Dunbar.
Bit of intensity about Morwell's attack on the ball too.
Looks like McAuliffe's got the mumps with the way he's been taped up. Yeah. It's top to bottom.
There might be a few more because he certainly goes at it hard. He does a lot of the in and under work. Tap gets outside the congested area. Quigley with a nice little handball. Trying to duck the shoulder there is McAuliffe, but he got pinged for holding the footy. But you do like it. He's taken the game on. Free kick goes to Snyder.
All right, so Snyder, left back pocket deep for Traralgon. Goes down the line. The outer side is where he's going to go. Couple of options. Not sure that it was the right one. Tommy Hamilton flew high, couldn't take the mark. All players beaten to the ball by the boundary. Again, left half, forward flank, or in fact left back flank for Traralgon, right half forward flank for Morwell.
Love the way Tommy Gray started this first quarter. It's been incredible.
He has. Morwell 2-3, Traralgon 4-1. Ball thrown back in. Jacobson goes out the back of his head for a big man.
Free kick.
Scoops down to pick up the ball, gave a free kick, though in doing so will go the way of the Tigers.
Yep.
That's young Blake Cooling, son of
Vanessa.
No. Kicks into a dangerous spot. Right to the hot spot it goes. A big fly.
Gee, good take.
It's a Traralgon fly, though. It is Hamilton. Tom kicks it out wide. He's got some numbers. Finds Cunico. Just holds things up. 3.5 minutes in. 10-point margin. The Tigers have got the first. They really need the second goal in this second quarter. They're still in their defensive 50 now, the Maroons. It's in the hands of Snyder, who for Traralgon Subaru has certainly started well. High kick towards the wing. Big pack will form at ground level. Is McFarlane. Lots of numbers around the footy. Ripped off the football there. Was Cooling as he tried to get his kick away. The ball ended up squirting back down towards half forward. Blewett couldn't complete the mark. Second effort was really good though. Handball to Linton. But there's no one down the line. And Jacobson will take the uncontested mark on the wing. So
the Maroons have got a chance to go forward, but their game to date is strangely like Morwell's was in the first quarter, just kicking along the line, and Morwell are prepared to work the ball as they do now. Handball over the top, maybe from Bailey. Ground level, it's the Maroons, and is that Scolters who has the ball, goes from the outer side wing to Laprise, just outside forward 50. He's been busy for the Maroons. A few marks, a couple of goals, and now sends the Maroons to the top of the square. Can he find a winner here? That's the $64 question. Eddie got hands to it, fed off the handball. It was cut off, though, by Blewett, who then feeds it off, and on the end of it, it's going to be Bailey and McFarlane who will settle for the Tigers in defensive 50 and then kick towards the outer side wing.
Yeah, Gallier was the target. Gets over the back of his head. Connor Little was there to handle inboard to a running Kimberley. He got ran down from behind, and the umpires didn't pay the free kick, but the kick went out of bounds on the full.
Good pressure.
Oh. What are you watching, Bob?
Yeah, Brandon McDonald. It was a great chase down by BMAC, but he might have been a little bit overexcited on the way back.
Tigers are going forward. The kick gets in the hands of Josh Gallier. It's an open forward line. Can they get in quick? It's Hillier, and back there was Dunbar. Hillier keeps his feet, grabs the footy, handles across now to Tom Gray, who does the check side. Boxer's put his pen down. He's not happy with that one. It's a minor score.
Taking them all to 2-4-16 on the Club Eastwood Ben Sales scoreboard. The 9-point advantage to Traralgon at the moment, who are 4-1-25.
Just a little bit of lack of experience then by Gray as well. He had 3 across the board, 1 Traralgon defender to beat. Might have been a handball across, just to open the face of goal up, that's all.
All right, so McMahon brings the ball back into play. As a consequence of that point, we're looking for Jacobson, ground level. Morwell have got the numbers, and they're starting to turn the screws. The pressure's building, and McFarlane feeds it off. Quick kick forward, Galea at goal! Hits the post.
Peppering.
And offline again for the home side. Morwell Tigers, a edge closer.
They are now 2-5-17, an 8-point deficit on Traralgon, who are 4-1-25, and that's on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard, 6.5-minute mark of the second quarter.
Hourigan goes up the middle. Found McMahon, who drives it out towards the wing area. Lopez couldn't keep his feet or complete the mark, and allows Snyder to come in, win the free kick. Everyone stopped, and the full-back has stopped as well. You don't stop on the whistle. It's the advantage of play. You keep playing it out. Eddie takes the easiest.
If the umpires had half a brain, they would have stopped it and said, I've made a mistake, bring it back to where the free kick was actually thought.
No, I thought it was
Darnell
okay.
Greg stopped.
Yeah, but that's not the
Eddie
umpire's fault.
kept going.
So Eddie takes an uncontested mark inside his forward 50, is allowed to, and from 45 metres makes the Tigers absolutely pay. They've kicked the first 3 behinds of the game, did the Tigers, and all of a sudden the ball goes up the other end of the ground, and in the second quarter for Moe Racing Club, Eddie went bang.
When the ball's in dispute, Poppy, in regards to an advantage rule, the umpire needs to play discretionary and say, right, I might have stuffed this up, because players have stopped. And all of a sudden, that goal has now deflated the Morwell movement right now because of maybe a decision that could have gone either way.
And Traralgon back out to a 14-point lead on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. We've played 7 minutes into the second quarter. Traralgon 5-1-31, leading Morwell 2-5-17.
Ball back in the centre, and Howe gets the tap, and all of a sudden, from nothing, Traralgon are starting to build. Cunico, quick kick towards centre half forward. Lopez busts the pack. McFarlane takes the ball importantly, feeds it off, and Tom Gray threads his way through to Cooling, who gives back to McFarlane. A handball towards Bailey, taken to ground. Nice tackle, I thought. Holding the man was the call, and it's going to go Morwell's way.
Lopez is still down after that big contest. Bailey's got the free kick.
He put his body on the line out there to press.
He did. So Bailey, he racks up the touches. I'd like to see him get more tackles. He certainly gets a lot of the ball. He needs to get more tackles and more goals. He needs to be more damaging, not more possessions. Whack. Outside 50, plays on. The man is stuck on the mark. Whack. He's stuck on getting a goal. He can't, goes across the face. Will the boundary win? I'd say it might. It does. Just metres from Morwell's goals. Again, the Tigers kicking to the town end and trailing at the moment. Morwell 2-5-17, Traralgon 5-1-31.
I'll quickly go around the grounds. Thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture after this throw in.
Ball back into the field of play. Howe tapped it straight down. The Tigers were there though. Quigley ducks a shoulder, handballs to the top of the square. McMahon's there, has to quickly rush it, get it to his defensive 50. Tigers have got some numbers, but well done by the Maroons. They shuffled it out and they called a throw.
Not sure that was there that time.
40 metres away. Anderson has the free kick. He's going to square it inboard towards Walsh, who can take the mark. He goes lateral again to Jacobson. He can kick it towards Cooling's direction or Whack, and Whack will be the one.
No.
Couldn't quite complete the mark. Scolters took it on. Left the footy behind. Now working hard is Halliburton. Handballs over the top to D'Angelo. Gets the hands out, but then gave the footy back. Oddie picked it off. Jacobson now. Bailey handballs to Quigley. Back to Jacobson. He left the footy behind. The Tigers are under pressure.
Work it out.
They need a stoppage. And they've got one. They fumbled around with that one a little bit.
There's an upset coming in the AFL. I hope it is. It's in the third quarter, 5 minutes to go. It's Crows 8-9-57. They lead the Pies 7-7-49.
They've come from well back.
They have.
Well,
yippity.
might have to drop in and see Marty on the way back. She'll be upset. Make sure she's okay. Ball is thrown up. Free kick too high. Goes the way of Traralgon.
Halliburton it is.
And Sally goes along the line towards the half flank. Halaprise provides the contest, as he so often does. Hal provides the tackle, and Eddie kicks off. In fact, Jacobson kicks off the ground. A bit of the boundary line on Collison's head, or is it the treatment for a blood rule earlier?
Yep.
I reckon it's the latter, as his kick just manages to burst through the Traralgon's forward 50.
It's great play then by Jacobson too. That ball could have gone anywhere, and he just held his ground and got a stoppage there, and the ball could have gone deep inside their defensive 50.
So a half rainbow in the distance at Morwell's home ground.
It's pretty full to me.
Tigers trail
Yeah, we're getting close.
by 14 points. 11-minute mark of this second quarter, which is all thanks to the Moe Racing Club. Become a member today. Young members, 18 to 25, right in your wheelhouse there, Poppy.
Yeah, indeed. That's the sort of people that I like to hang around with. Nice numbers, nice play. Can they find their way through? Good pressure from Traralgon.
Barrels
Good
it.
play from Morwell. A quick kick from the centre of the oval. Goes to within metres of goals and through from behind. The kick was 70 metres.
Wow.
If it was a day, I tell you what, now some good play there from Morwell. When they run and share and kick long, they look good.
2-6-18, Morwell, 13-point margin. Traralgon 5-1-31. Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Who kicked that?
Brandon McCauliffe barrelled at 70 metres. Right. So Howe took the mark on the outer side, got it towards Kimberley by foot. Now he looks down the line. The target, is someone in the third row. And he might have found him because he kicked it out of bounds on the full.
Yesterday, Poppy, Scud blew his lid when Chug kicked the goal you've ever seen, a great goal.
Yes.
He would have done a pooper valve here if McAuliffe would have kicked that one.
That was a 70-metre kick.
Yeah, well, the nose was pressed up against the window, and I knew he meant business.
Cooling chipped it over the top by foot to Walsh. Walsh goes backwards now to Bailey. And the Tigers hold on to it. Now, this is a switch. So they've got the numbers. If they want to go, and they're going to go short to Lopez.
They should be switching here.
Yeah, the switch still on. Wax all on his own. Blewett's on his own. And then you got Darnell Grech a bit further on. They chip it over the top to Bailey. They've gained maybe 20 metres in those two kicks. Now they come inboard. Carlson, will he continue on his switch? No.
I don't reckon they're even looking to their left.
He's gone back out to the far side where Jacobson is. We haven't gone further advanced to the ground. He kicks it over the top and finds Lopez. Lopez kicks it short. Well, they've got it to half forward at least. We've had 6 touches.
We've got Whack in the middle of the ground here on his own. Just switch it across.
Walsh has got it. Walsh will chip over the top and turn it over, although Membry didn't mark it. Allows Oddie to come in. Handballs backwards now to Cooling. Right foot a kick, goes high. Can someone come over the top and mark this one? Gray goes up and elevates, can't mark. At ground level. Trying to get his kick away there was Hamilton.
And this is the problem, Scud, too, because they've got such good intercept markers, Traralgon, down their back. They're playing into their hands at the moment, Maul.
You've got to get them on the run, don't you?
You do.
Free kick out of the ruck contest against Harvey Howe. Will go for the Tigers, and they'll get a shot on goal. And again, it's Brandon McDonald now. He's not obviously a renowned ruckman. Harvey Howe is, but he's given away 2 free kicks, 2 shots on goal. And the big ruckman has the advantage, just need to take advantage.
Howe's probably hitting them in the head because he's so short.
Possibly.
Do you reckon you can turn the heater on? It's good.
Brandon McDonald comes in, right foot, locks it off the boot. He celebrates before it goes through. It's what the Tigers needed. They've got 2 goals in this second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. McDonald's got 2.
Yeah, good finish. Just got to make sure now. They just got to fine-tune. Some good signs here for the Tigers at the minute. Just got to start using the ball a little bit better going inside their 50. Because obviously, like I said before, Traralgon got some great intercept markers in there, and they just playing into their hands. Just put the ball out there. They've got a bit of luck there with a free kick, but use the ball a little better because they've had a lot of their possession this quarter.
And it's only a 7-point margin now on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. Traralgon 5-1-31, Morwell 3-6-24, 14 minutes, second quarter.
Another free kick against the ruckman. This time it was Jacobson. The recipient is going to be, is that McFarlane?
Yep.
Gets the free kick, goes short. Finds McAuliffe, head bandage, plays on. Around Jacobson, who stood the mark, goes straight down the centre. Can he find a winner? He can't. Traralgon have got the numbers, and they're going to run this ball out and ease the pressure. This kick's an important one from Hamilton. The race is on. The boundary looms. Can they keep the ball in play? They can. Cooling took ball. He got taken by 2, and there'll be a bounce down or a ball up around about left half forward flank. Morwell going to the left of your radio and starting to apply more and more pressure, starting to edge closer and closer.
Yeah, Schilling there, gave a handball over the top. Nucleus comes in, snaps around the body. Jacobson couldn't go back. He get the foot, he allows Eddie to run onto it, gathers it, kicks it inside forward 50. It's going to be a tough one for Howe to get down. In the front spot, gathered it, squeezed a handball out to Eddie. Blewett does well. They wrap him up. Jacobson just was 50-50 whether to go for that one, Boxer.
Yeah, he was, and it was one of those things that you've just got to go. When it's in your area, you just got to go.
I thought 2 big men, Howe and Eddie, did a good job then. As Wack takes the ball, goes back towards
I love this guy.
Good mark was taken by McAuliffe, who plays on quickly. McFarlane's the option. He runs 5, kicks 55, 1v1, just at a 60-metre from goals, and a good, strong mark in front of the pack will go the way of Morwell. Play on quickly. Does Brandon McDonald. Kicks to another one-on-one contest. Geez, I thought they had it there, Hillier, at the moment, but couldn't quite take that ball in. It's inside their forward 50 area, and the pressure from Wack, he settles and he finds McAuliffe, who was busy at one end. He takes an easy mark at the other, and he's got the opportunity to get Morwell to within 1 point.
So I got a little bit carried away then too, because I just saw Harvey Howe come on, and his finger was pointing in the come off, sorry. His finger was pointing in the wrong direction.
Dislocation?
Yeah, she was a good one. I think it might have been the old pinky. All right. She didn't look pretty.
It's an important moment, isn't it?
Brandon McCall, 7 disposals,
awesome.
2 marks, 3 clearances this quarter.
All right, so McAuliffe, it'll take his best from 45 and the slightest of angles off the leg. It looks pretty good. Distance, no problem at all. Game on, boys. Here we go.
Yeah, I love this kid. I reckon he goes all about it the right way, and he just is. Even his mark then, he was out. The height difference was huge. Even just to make a contest and to even bring down the mark, and then to take that mark then inside 50 and finish off. This guy's got a lot of class that goes underrated.
1 point the difference at the 17-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard has Traralgon ahead, 5-1-31 to Morwell 4-6-30.
It's still out.
So it's still out for young
I'll fix it, young fella.
He's
Give him a call.
Into the rooms. Again, back to the middle. Jacobson just grabs it out of the ruck. Handballs forward to Neoclis. Kick around the body. Walsh was there to pick it off for the Tigers, though. Now they're full of run.
Yeah.
Bailey under pressure. Just got his handball away to Anderson. Squeeze one somehow to Walsh. And Walsh delivers to Oddie on his chest. The Tigers are fully running. They've got some leaders. They've got some open space. And the kick misses the target. Hillier has to grab it. Turn around Hamilton. Right foot kick goes along the deck. It might suit McDonald. He comes out at 100 mile an hour, then gets driven into the ground from Hamilton. And we've got a boundary throw in. Good contest here at Morwell on a Sunday afternoon. It's great to have your company. It's a 1 point margin. The Tigers have made this a game.
Yeah, they're really pushing the ball forward, aren't they, now? So those repeat entries inside 50 really putting the Traralgon defence under a lot of pressure.
And that's where the ball is now, with Traralgon under pressure. Quick kick fought off the ground by Schneider. Gathers 30 metres before it finds the boundary line. Still in the forward line, right half forward flank to be exact for Morwell, who in this second quarter to date have added 3 goals, 3. Traralgon just the single goal. 10 scoring shots to 6, but they trail by a point to Morwell. Ball thrown back in. Jacobson gets the tap down. Big body, holds his opponent out of the way. But the tap down couldn't find clear way or clear air for a teammate, so the umpire will take control again. Last player up was Schneider. Ball thrown up. Neither ruckman got hands to the ball, but shepherding was the call, and maybe fairly so. Musil takes the kick, plays on quickly. Bailey inside forward 50, races on. Moore will be there first. Can they get a bounce, a favourable bounce? They can. Wack, standing start. It's gone all the way, I reckon. Yep. Tristan Wack, for a contender of the Zambreros goal of the day, puts his side in front.
Absolutely brilliant call then, Poppy, as well. And the player's gone down inside 50. I don't know see how the umpire's going to see this, because a little bit's going on off the ball at the minute inside 50. Just want to be careful here, the Maroons, not to get too sucked in about what's going on. But the player from Morwell, that what I love then too, was Musel wins the free kick. It's that quick hands inside to his coach, gets the ball inside 50. That run and overlap game is really starting to worry the Maroons.
Morwell ahead for the first time in the match at the 19-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard: Morwell 5-6-36, Traralgon 5-1-31.
Newsel out of the middle gave a handball to McFarlane. The run-off half-back from Anderson was good. The one-on-one contest, Hamilton and Hillier. It's tall versus small, and the boundary will beat them both. It's an interesting battle right now.
I can't believe you wrote him off, Pop. The Morwell, I just can't believe you done that. So anyway, it's okay. These things happen in football.
Big moment, all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club.
Harry Howe walking off.
So he's on the way to hospital, I'd suggest, as we speak. Dad, Andrew Howe.
Trying to get it, yep, absolutely. Trying to get that finger back in.
Jumping in the Subaru.
Absolutely, the absolutely beautiful Subaru that he's in. It is the Outback turbocharged all-wheel drive. All thanks to Traralgon Subaru.
Surprised Dad can handle that. He's got a bit of a squirmish stomach.
He has.
The Oakley has squeezed a handball out now towards Snyder. Kicks towards the wing. One-on-one contest with Wetherill and Tripodi. No one could mark it. Tripodi does well with the second effort. Ball just bobbles around again. And we'll have a stoppage. Right on the centre wing. We've gone 20 and a half minutes into this second quarter for the Moe Racing Club. And the Tigers now gain the lead for the first time. They lead by 5 points.
Not sure where young Harvey gets his strength from. Dad spent 3 weeks on the bench after getting a paper cut on his tongue, licking an envelope. So
clearly got to be from his mother then.
Indeed. Ball, free kick. The moment with Morwell. They're on their right half-back flank. They are leading by 5 points. Along the line they go. And I reckon Harrigan's going to eat that one for breakfast, and does. Easiest of marks. Played in front of the pack. Plays on quickly also. Can he find a teammate? He can. That teammate is Kimberley, who plays on quickly. Here, can they make something out of not much? Round about left half forward flank they can. Marsh dances around one. Kicks in the direction of Schilling. Schilling at best provides the contest. Grand level, it's Eddie around the corner and just offline.
Yeah, good play. I mean, Wack just bring that arm in then too and create what would have been a definite mark.
5-2-32 Traralgon on the Murray Racing Club scoreboard. They are 4 points in arrears of Morwell. 5-6-36.
Anderson got it out of the fullback, got to Walsh, paid the mark, yes. Outside his defensive 50, they look up. They want to hold on to this football here. It's an important one. Inboard to Darnell Gregg, finds him. Looks around. Has a couple of options. Low presses there, presents to it close to the boundary line, takes the mark.
And that's going to be 50.
Wasn't in the contest. Tiger supporters call for it. Looks up down the line. Gray might be the target, or do they want to hold on to it even further? Lopez just has to dump it. Jacobson is in the right spot, just got underneath it though, and probably a good result for the Tigers in the end. It trickles out of bounds. They get a stoppage at half forward now, and the backman can reset.
Yeah, Traralgon just clogged the centre of the ground up. They probably knew they were going to go that little 45 in, and they made it really hard then for the Tigers to move it forward.
Ball comes back in. Gray tapped it down. McFarlane was there, handled over his shoulder to Bailey. Couldn't quite get it to a teammate except for Collison grabs it, barrels it towards his half forward. Blewett dropped the mark that he should have taken. They close on him over the shoulder. Not there. They call it play on. Taking out the legs. That's not there either. And the umpire missed a couple. And we'll have a stoppage 49 metres out now.
Looks like the trainers have dumped about a whole tub of Vaseline into Mark Collison's head where he got cut open there before. He looks like one of those movie actors. What was that one's name? Elvira, maybe, with the the white streak through the hair?
Yeah, from 101 Dalmatians. Speak of the devil, here she goes. 101 possessions is on the cards for Collison. Kick around the body, cut off. Morwell trying to change direction. Could prove to be a costly option as they're at the top of their square. They're fighting hard. It's going to go Traralgon's way. The free kick's going to go the way we think of Scholtz, is it? Or Hamilton?
Yep.
Young Hamilton. And all of a sudden, an innocuous free kick from a poor piece of play will put Traralgon back in front at the 23.5-minute mark of this second quarter. So Josh Hamilton, top of the square. Slightest of angles.
The option was right to switch, wasn't it?
But the execution was poor, unfortunately. And they've chosen some risky options and not always paid the price. But there's been a couple that have gone Traralgon's way that have kept them in this game, and now they will take the lead again, or will they?
No,
oh my goodness gracious, gravy. He's kicked it and missed from closer than 10 metres. And he's got a minor score, Paul Carter.
And it's a 3-point lead to Morwell at the 24-minute mark of the second quarter.
Tigers get it to Bailey. Bailey's got some options out wide. He eventually gets to one of those, and that's Darnell Gregg, who's outside his defensive 50. Rolls around. Takes on.
That was
Didn't
silly.
quite get the handball away. And now
He's overexcited.
Snyder goes inboard. There's a mismatch because Eddie's the target. Big spoil, gets to the back. Tigers did well. They're outnumbered there. And a quick kick's going to be, lands in the hand now of Riley Lopez. They got away with one. Handball over the top. Walsh back towards Riley Lopez by hand. His kick just blazes away. Jacobson puts one hand up. Dunbar was there. Now McMahon has it. Drives a kick in towards centre half forward. Tate Marshkin has it. He rolls around. Right foot kick. Got the set. Back there is Lopez. Can't mark.
Free kick, mark.
Either way.
Yep.
Top of the square. Lopez should go back and put this one through that Josh Hamilton couldn't do a couple of moments ago.
Just when you second think things, Scud, it's just incredible how things can turn on your head pretty quickly. And just hacks off to Jacobson here from the ruckman of Traralgon.
I thought he chose the right option. He deliberately palmed it down with that big left paw rather
easily
than
marked it, couldn't
attempt the mark. Yep.
It's a big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club. Dylan Lopez comes in from the point of the square. Should not miss. And doesn't miss, Poppies. Just snuck it home. And that regains the lead for the Maroons.
Yeah, nice little finish then again. That's his third for the afternoon. Been a good focal point down there as well. And that move back forward is starting to work out. And they really definitely, if they needed a goal, that was the one they needed. And the Tigers have been great. It's just got to fight tight. That just little turnover thing is hurting them at the moment.
And Traralgon do get the lead. 26-minute mark of the second quarter. The Murray Racing Club scoreboard has the Maroons at 6-3-39, leading Morwell 5-6-36.
So back to the middle. Good to see the Tigers have got some new nets installed, which means we're not waiting 10 minutes for a football to be found in the creek or in the croquet club. And the ball's back to the middle already. Tapped down this time by Mushel. McAuliffe was good again. Squeezed a handball to Lopez, has been busy. Bailey just left it behind. Does he get it to the outside? Not quite. Maroons lock it up. On ground level there was Collison, as you'd expect with most. And right on the halftime siren. It was a good comeback by the Tigers. They kicked 4-2 in the quarter. They still trail, though. It's a 3-point margin at halftime. They've reduced it from 16 points down to 3. It's a great game of footy on Sunday afternoon. Hopefully you're enjoying your day. You're listening to Gippsland Live. And it's all thanks to Harvey Norman, Electrical Gippsland. Thank you. 6-3. What did McFarlane had a heap of that quarter too, didn't he? McFarlane and McAuliffe.
10 disposals, McFarlane.
Yeah.
And McAuliffe 8.
McAuliffe's awesome. I reckon he's great. 7-point game in the AFL. I reckon I'm going to get hemorrhoids sitting on these chairs.
Oh, we got a good one, haven't we, Paul? Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, have you?
It's hurting. Who's been good for Traralgon? They've been pretty even, haven't they? Probably Lopez.
Schneider had a good quarter that quarter.
Oh, yeah.
D'Angelo, I only saw him once that I know of. Don't think I missed any there, do you?
Nah. No, he was a bit quiet.
I had the marks that quarter, 30 to Morwell and 8 to Traralgon.
Yeah. Well, it was, yeah, they certainly held on. Yeah. Geez, that, I don't know, I'm frustrated with their switching and ball move. Like, and that's their quick play. That's, I don't know, they seem that they play Yeah, welcome back. Sunday afternoon footy around 11 of the Alinta Energy Gippsland League. Coming to you from the Morwell Rec Reserve. It's half-time. It's the Maroons leading by 3 points. Entertaining game of football. Both sides back out there ready to go. And any of you boys want to change your tip? You've all gone Traralgon.
No, I'll stick with it.
I'm with them.
Okay, I've gone the Tigers. So we're all sticking with what we know at the moment. The third quarter is about to get underway, all thanks to McDonald's. Here's Rob Popplestone.
All right, Jacobson does the work against Musil. Musil gets the tap, and at ground level, McFarlane takes the ball. Gives ground, keeps possession. Nice kick forward of these two. Comes from Wetherell, and a good mark by Hirrigan. So,
I've got a question. Why?
I'm not sure, but I'd ask the same question why Hirrigan went to Whack, and Whack takes the ball, marks right half, forward flank, leads on, spilled towards the boundary line. He went searching but couldn't find his teammate. Connor Little from the back thumped the ball over the boundary, just short of the intersection, forward 50 and boundary.
My question is why kick it towards Hirrigan? We know he's a great intercept mark.
Exactly right, and it's a fair question. Haven't got the answer.
Maybe he just reads it better than everyone else, Box, in the air.
I think that's part of the problem, for sure. As the umpire takes control, Bailey, the last player up for Morwell. Traralgon 6-3-39, Morwell 5-6-36. Opening minute, third quarter. Bailey will be first player there. Handballs under pressure. Thought it was a good one. Player he went for, though, was also under pressure. Handball looking for Cunico, couldn't find that player. Zach Anderson threaded one along the ground. Whack was taken with ball and all.
Well done,
McAuliffe just runs straight at ball and then straight at goal and kicks towards that man Hirrigan. He drops normally what he would have taken, kept in by Galea, who looks like he's changed jumpers. He keeps the ball in, but taking the mark after a Tom Hamilton clearance is the big ruckman for Traralgon in Max Jacobson.
Yeah, half-back flank now. Spending all the time in the forward 50 for the Tigers. Forward half, I should say. Kicks down the line looking for Josh. Couldn't quite mark it. Hamilton there. Musil went back. Handballed into Blewett. He lost the footy straight away. He got pushed in the back, though.
Dearie me.
So the free kick will go to Blewett.
He was smiling when he got up then.
It shouldn't have been a free kick. I mean, Collison was gentle with him.
Blewett handballs backwards to Walsh. Walsh will kick it over the top to McAuliffe, who doesn't quite complete the mark, although got the chop of the arms. And he'll win the free kick, does Brandon McAuliffe. Right on the wing, he's had a good game. He's one of our best players for Traralgon Subaru. His right foot kick goes towards not Hirrigan on this occasion, because Quigley takes a good one-on-one mark on Halliburton. And over the top, he's got the open player. It is the long sleeves of Josh Galea, and he'll have a shot. Tightish angle, about 40 metres out the guy, and the mark will stand.
I like his controlled aggression when he's forward. If he can actually does that well.
Yeah, and he's not worrying about Hirrigan. He's worrying about himself. I've just noticed him in the opening minutes. In the first 60 minutes of this game, he didn't leave Hirrigan's side, and now he has.
Well, can he nail this? Tightish angle, 45 metres, right foot kick off the boot. Locks good. He pumps the crowd. He's got some supporters on the bench there, and he goes to him. And that is a Zambrero goal of the day contender.
Absolutely, there, Scud, it was. And I don't know if there are actually more supporters that he's actually told them how cold it is out in the ground. But at the same time, that was a fantastic finish. Tough pocket of the ground to kick from. And we'll call it against the breeze, because we still see some breeze pushing in that windsock now to the Traralgon end of the ground too. So a really good start there for the Tigers.
And on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, we see Morwell back into the lead. They are leading by 3 points at the 3-minute mark of this third quarter. The Tigers 6-6-42, leading Traralgon 6-3-39.
Actually, I think you'll find it is actually the Moe Football Club. There's a few Moe boys down there. I think I saw a Baldy, and of course he did play at Moe. So not teammates, but certainly mates.
Exactly. Ball bounced down. McFarlane taps forward. Quick kick forward. Morwell moving it forward however they might. They've got an opportunity to go back for a back. A quick kick for goal across the face. Hillier. So close, but so far.
What do you think was going to happen when Josh Galea kicks a goal? Who's going to take the chocolates there, you reckon?
I reckon Rick Galea will, if he gets the goal of the day, Zambrero the goal of the day, Rick will have that voucher to be down at Zambrero, ordering burritos and tacos, probably even a margarita to boot.
Well, the Tigers have got the turnover. Scolter's turned it over. Whack goes inboard at the toes of Galea. He puts one hand down, gets it again. Suter put his head over the football. Now they jump on top of him. There's your opportunity. That's holding the footy. Membry will have the free kick. 4 minutes in. The Tigers lead it now by 3 points. Squaring kick Defensive 50 where Jacobson is. Coming back into the play there was Hurrigan, and under pressure. Inside kick's a tough one. Finds Collison. He goes inboard again. D'Angelo is there. Can take the mark. He wants it to wheel and go. He handballs inboard to Kimberley.
Ooh.
Kimberley took his eyes off it, then was able to handball to D'Angelo, who kicks inside forward 50. Josh Hamilton elevates and marks in front of Zach Anderson.
That was all a bit too easy.
Yeah, I was going to say, they look flat-footed then, the Tigers then as well. So just that transition out of their defensive 50, the Maroons did it so well. Got some great tall players, some good mid-range players that know how to do that vertical leap. The Hamiltons are no slouches there either.
Absolutely.
They've got a great leap on them.
So directly in front, we'll have to kick it all of 45 metres. Skips in. Over the 50 he goes to regain the lead for the Maroons. He's on its way. It's coming back from right to left, not enough. And it's a minor score, Paul Carter.
Taking Traralgon to 6-4-40 on the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard. Morwell ahead by 2 points, 6-6-42.
All right, the Tigers to bring the ball back into play. Gresh goes towards the outer side. A nice leg too. Bailey, who's been busy, as he is, on a week-to-week basis. Traralgon now have an opportunity to counter-attack, and that's what they do. They start to threaten the forward 50. But amongst a bunch of players, Morwell through Musil run out with it. Now, I reckon it may have been your young fella, but couldn't pick him up from here. Importantly, though, Traralgon cut it off one more time, and now spills out the back of the pack. They kick to within 30 metres. Whack for Morwell, applies the pressure. Ground level, good play, both sides. And the ball is held in. 40 metres from Traralgon goals. They're kicking to the left of your radio, the township end of Morwell. And the scoreboard, 6 minutes gone, third quarter, reads like this. Morwell 6-6-42, Traralgon 6-4-40.
On the stoppage, the Tigers win it. Handball from Walsh to Bailey. His kick, though, it's going to come back. The Maroons are set up, or is it? Because Skolters overruns it, then gathered it and got straight into Hillier tackle. Great work by Carlson. Gave it to Wetherill, who barrels it inside forward 50. Connor Little does well in the one-on-one contest. He got one mitt, but then he went to ground. Allowed McDonald to quickly give a handball across to Gray. He puts it on the boot and it gets over for a boundary throw-in. And all the hard work that Connor Little did, he just lost his footing at that crucial stage.
It was a great 50-50 contest there, Scud, and great call because they both worked hard at it. Just he did the right thing, B-Mac, and held his ground and managed to cause a stoppage inside 50.
Tigers leading by 2 points.
Exactly.
Over the
Jacobson gets the tap. I've got excited. Sorry, Scud, as D'Angelo. Can he keep the ball in? He cannot. So 30 metres from Morwell goal. The boundary umpire will take 2.
And just repeating, Harvey Howe won't... he's gone off to hospital for a dislocated finger. So they're one short, the Maroons.
And the reports are they're now attending to his father, Andrew, who feels quite ill as well.
He
being in the
fainted.
hospital.
I just got that one as well. He has.
So 30 metres from Morwell's goals. A group of players around the ball. There's no room to move, so the umpire will assume control and ball this one up. Not far from Morwell's goals. They lead by 2 points. They're after 4 premiership points, of course, to start to threaten forward 50. Punch forward. Morwell now within 20 metres. Some good body work. Opens the door for Little. A kick around the body. Falls in the hands of Hamilton. That's Josh. Goes inboard. Risky kick. Didn't pay off. And now they may pay for the decision. McFarlane handball. Look away to Bailey. He's under pressure. Can he get the ball out? He cannot. Free kick. Goes Traralgon's way from half-back. They'll mount an attack from here through Collison.
Chips it over the top. Marsh was there. Can take the mark and then run and play on. He's on the outer wing. He touches it down on the ground. Kicks it over the top. Lopez will go back with a flight. Eddie will come the other direction and take the mark. Right on the 50, the man stands. He wheels and plays on. He's on the wrong side for the right footer. High kick. Top of the square. Hand in there from Anderson and Hamilton. The Tigers have got some numbers. Walsh concedes. No. Yes. Now he does. All a little bit slow motion there, Box.
I think he didn't realise he wasn't right over the line there, bud.
They quickly play on. It takes it to a 1 point margin now in favour of the Tigers, and Darnell Grech has it.
Goes towards the outer side. Musil possibly his target, but a host of players have arrived on the scene without warning, and they'll get it out through Musil. Can he find a teammate? He cannot. Can they beat the boundary? They cannot. Right half forward flank. Traralgon into attack.
We've got a rib tickler in the AFL's their pop man.
Yes.
It is now the Pies up by 7 points with 3 minutes and 60 to go.
By what margin?
And 30 to go.
Did you say? What margin?
All thanks to Harvey Norman Furniture.
7.
At ground level, Jacobson tapped it down and had to do some groundwork.
Now it is 1 point. Sorry, Scud. It's just getting out of control everywhere here at the moment.
Thanks very much, Nick Lacino. Special comments this afternoon, all thanks to Carpet Country. Don't forget you can head into your local store in Traralgon and also in Sale as well.
He missed his joke prior to the game. Don't despair. It wasn't that great.
We won't be replaying it.
No.
Bailey kicks
Sponsor or no sponsor.
Kicks off the ground, Bailey, and finds touch.
In fact, the word is that sponsor is actually rethought.
Have you ran this past management?
No, I was going to talk to you about it anyway, so it's all good.
We have some great sponsors on board here on Gippsland Live. It's a exclusive club to be involved with, and your little sponsor that comes along board, I'm not sure we can get over the line.
They're a client of TRFM.
All right, well, we'll make that call later on during the week, if you're still with us.
I've got a cramp.
As out the back, McFarlane does well. Can square it inboard, finds Cooling. Just takes the mark. Now he gets called to play on. He's going to switch it out wide.
Good play.
He's got Darnell Grech, who's run out from the back half. He's got a little bit of space. It sits for him. He comes back inboard to McFarlane. Nicely done. Takes the mark. He can wheel and go to Whack.
Oh, no.
Just missed it. It might skid on. Scolters is there with Whack. Whack closes quickly. Now McDonald comes the other direction. Scolters does really well. Hamilton comes to help as well. The young brigade of the Maroons stand up tall as the Tigers have another forward thrust. It's a 1 point margin. And it's the McDonald's Gippsland third quarter. It's great to have your company on this Sunday afternoon.
Musil inside forward 50, contends with Jacobson. Jacobson gets the tap. McAuliffe gets the recipient ball, then finds itself with Collison. They work it out. Oh, they try to work it out, but the pressure from the Tigers is getting pretty intense. Bailey gets ball. He gets taken high. Plays on the left from 50. Didn't quite connect as well as he could have. Top of the square. Guess what? Harrigan takes the ball. Plays on quickly. Good play by the Maroon defender. And now Halliburton kicks long to the advantage of his teammate in McMahon. He just needs a favourable bounce. Guess what? He gets that favourable bounce. He gets the lead from Eddie, who's got 2 to beat. The ball skids out the back. A kick off the ground. Across the face of goals. And across the boundary line. What a piece of play from our mate Ty Harrigan in defence.
Brilliant call there, Pop. Just their exit kick, just kicked to advantage twice. Found him with open space. If it just sat up there for Eddie, he may have found himself in a better position than what it is now.
So boundary throw-in, good crowd, of course, Sponsors Day here, and some past players, some premiership reunions as well. Inside forward 50 for the Maroons, and they get something to stoppage. Handball from Lopez to Jacobson to Whack. Kick goes outside 50. No one can mark. Scolters tried to claim it, then gathered it. That might be the holding the footy. And it is. And the free kick will go Bailey's way. He handballs to the run in Whack. He's got one more in Hillier. Hillier's kick down the line. Just kept it in the field of play. Gray was good below his knees. Took on one too many. When you take the first one, you've got to really get rid of the footy.
And they're playing it. They've been consistent too, Scott, at the moment.
Kimberley. Now for the Maroons at half back. 12 and a half minutes gone into the third quarter. 1 point is the margin. We've got a belter. Kick down the line. No one can mark it. Cooling was there with a head over it. Dives on top of it with... And he's going to get
call
pinged.
it.
No.
Not sure there's a prior, but anyway, Collison had it. Wheels around into the shallow pocket. Over the top of Eddie. No! Eddie backpedals and takes the mark in the pocket.
Yeah, beautifully read then there by Eddie. It was a great kick in.
Hold the ball, boys.
Yeah, that wasn't there.
No, I don't think that was there, but geez, it was good footwork by Eddie there. It was almost a bit of nut push sitting limit the way he sort of scooted backwards, and it was read the ball beautifully.
Might have to have a chat to Esler after the game.
Oh, we can do that now.
All right, I'll be back in a second.
Go.
Hey, Steve! Eddie kicks around the body. More importantly, it's a goal for the Maroons. And they now get back the lead. Eddie's got 3.
I just want to say over umpiring cost this game because it's absolutely been a rip tickler since...
They've been good all day too.
It's been really good, hasn't it? So we said it was consistent, and the third one in a matter of probably 20 metres, it was a bit iffy. But it was a great mark. Darnell Grech was committed, and then he just read it a lot better than Eddie.
And Traralgon go back into the lead at the 13-minute mark of the third quarter. The McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard has the Traralgon team at 7-5-47, leading Morwell 6-6-42.
Hamilton takes the ruck duties now, but couldn't get it to a teammate. McFarlane's been super for Traralgon Subaru. Beautiful outlet kick to Whack. He delivers to Hillier. Can't mark it, but keeps his feet. Now Neocleus, who has been quiet this afternoon. He got ripped off it on that occasion.
Here we go again.
And the free kick will go to Harvey Neocleus. Half-back flank, though. He's been put up into the middle of the ground. His right foot kick goes to a big pack. Musil was there. 1 bite, 2 bites, can't quite gather it. He'll win the free kick though. And Dan Musil's been in some pretty good form of late for the Tigers.
Not a free kick all of a sudden.
I'm surprised the umpire hasn't ripped his shirt out of his shorts the amount of times he's caught holding the ball.
Jacobson's inboard kicks neatly to McFarlane again.
So McFarlane's been busy, feeds it off to Cooling, draws the play, handball, dangerous, went for the 1-2, wasn't there. Well, it was there, but he just got blocked as he gave the 1, and there was no 2. Free kick goes to Traralgon's way. Snyder goes to Neocleus, goes short to LaPrez, who's got one over the top of him. He pushes off the mark. He pushes off the mark and goes backwards, back to Harry Neocleus, and now finds Cunico from just outside 50. Leads to the left. He goes to the left. Eddie's the target. Eddie can't get rid of his direct opponent. Got a paw to it. Keeps the ball in the area. Umpire take control. 15 metres from Traralgon's goals. 15 minutes gone, third quarter. Morwell 42, Traralgon 47.
They've swung some changes. Jacobs has got hurt in that contest as well.
I think that was a mismatch there, Boxer. I'm not sure you want Jacobson on Eddie. But anyway, can the Tigers clear it out of the stoppage? Hard contest there from McAuliffe. Quick handball. Lands in the hands of Bailey. They clear it out. Hamilton will stand underneath it. Couldn't complete the mark. Suter was there to try to work at ground level. They dive in on top of it. Maroons come out with Collison. Drives it back inside forward 50. Big pack coming. No one can mark. Will the Tigers stand tall again? And they do through whack. The little toe poke, though, lands towards McMahon. He shuffles it out towards Schilling. They jump on top of him. And the umpire says, my ball.
That's where the inconsistency comes in. We've got one umpire that's called it all day, and the other one hasn't. It's a 2-point game. It's full time, and the Pies have stolen it by 2 points.
From this stoppage, dangerous tap. McAuliffe was back there. Handball was from McFarlane. Head over the football now, McAuliffe. And we'll have another stoppage, 40 metres around from goal. 16 minutes gone. They're big moments. They're all thanks to the Morwell Bowling Club this afternoon.
I'm surprised the tape's still on his head. He got hit that high.
Jacobson got the tap down, and again, Cooling, ground level, got the handball to McAuliffe. Oh, in fact, it's not McAuliffe, it is McFarlane, who comes grandstand. Who's the first player there? It's Connor Little. Taps it. Fortuitously falls in the arms of a teammate. Now Hamilton kicks to threaten the 50 and does. LaPrez, 1, 2, 3. Takes the mark. Right on the arc of 50, 45-degree angle. Not sure he's got the distance, but he's gone back as though he thinks he might. It'll take the very best of his kicks. He plays on quickly and gets the kick away. Goes towards the right behind post. Can't find a winner there. Can only find the boundary. Boundary throw in. 17 minutes gone. 5 points.
Under siege, Boxer.
They are. There's a bit of a lull here from the Tigers. Just their errors coming out of their 50, defensive 50. Just their decision making at the moment. And the umpiring hasn't helped either. Some decisions there that have probably gone the other way.
They are under pressure though, and they go again. Try to work it out. A handball with Schilling. Now Jacobson was there as well for the Maroons. McFarlane's got his head over the football. He's been great. Him and McAuliffe for the Tigers. Schilling's been good. Snyder's been excellent.
Another 9 disposals to McFarlane this quarter.
He's been awesome.
It's all thanks to the Traralgon Subaru. This time Hamilton taps it down. There's McFarlane with a beautiful handball to Musil. Relieves the pressure. Eddie couldn't complete the mark though. Membry will find the footy. Try to squeeze a handball backwards to Hourigan. Just missed him. Hillier comes the other direction. Hourigan did well. Scolters was there. Handball out wide now to Marsh. Marsh's kick will find a target. It's Cunico on the far side of the ground. Netball court side. Sold some candy on Carlson. Right foot kick. Again they go inside forward 50. Big pack will form. It gets out the back. Is it Dunbar will get there first? He handballs over the top to Halliburton. 2 Traralgon players crash into each other. Halliburton says, I'll squeeze a handball. Inboard now. Lands to Neocleus. Snap around the body. Neocleus has had a quiet afternoon. But all of a sudden from 40 metres, we're going with a touch. Hang on a second. Umpires are just going to confirm. All clear, I think you'll find it is the Zambrero goal at a contender. And it goes to Harvey Neocleus.
Yeah, great little finish there by the small forward there for the Maroons. And just not what the Tigers really wanted. You know, they've really got themselves back into this game. And just that last probably 8 minutes or so have found the play all in the Maroons forward 50. So they've really got to smarten their kicks on the exit out really better than what they have been so far.
Traralgon, the last 2 goals, go out to an 11-point lead at the 19-minute mark of the third quarter. On the McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard, it's Traralgon 8-5-53, leading Morwell 6-6-42.
All right, 10 of the 14 goals are to the left of the radio, so keep that in mind as Morwell come home to that end. The moment half-back flank, Traralgon, Hugh Dunbar towards the outer side of the ground. The race is on. Cunico led that race for a moment. It was enough now to open the door for Collison. Left foot, can he find a teammate? Out the back, it's Jacobson, who for a big man led well, took the ball well, and will now do well to kick a goal from 45 metres and extend the lead to one of the biggest margins of the afternoon.
Yeah, this is a big thing now too. Now the bigs don't get any smaller these late in the games either. So their exits like that, the entries like that from the Maroons has been got to be a bit of a worrying sign now for the Tigers.
All right, so the big fella, Jacobson. 45 metres, it'll test him, slightest of angles. It won't test him distance-wise, or will it? No, it's offline. That was the big test, and through for a minor score.
8-6-54 Traralgon, leading Morwell 6-6-42, 20 minutes third quarter. McDonald's Gippsland scoreboard.
McCafe celebrating 30 years of coffee fit for an Aussie. As Darnell Grech will bring it back in for the Tigers, goes to the far side of the ground, thumping kick. Target out there is Gray.
Anyone get a... Did he play on from fullback?
He did, okay. Just. And we'll have a boundary throw in. No one did get a hand on that one.
You've got to look, don't you, now?
Yeah.
If you don't look, you don't know, and you call on the wrong thing. I had it yesterday.
So boundary throw in.
Cooling's ducked up to the change rooms just for a moment.
Hopefully nothing untoward there after he got driven into the ground.
All right.
As from the boundary, Traralgon did well. Hamilton squeezed a handball out now to Schilling. He drives it back inside 50. Whack will go back. Can't quite mark it. Back there was Grech. Gave a handball to Linton. He's under pressure. Eddie falls in his lap. Kick was smothered. Collison was there. Handballed over the top to D'Angelo. Over the shoulder handball. Oh, and the Oakley's kick was smothered. He goes again. Tigers have got some numbers. And they'll wrap it up again and cause another stoppage.
You know what? Wack should have taken that mark. That's the difference between playing at this level and being a consistent performer at the next level. As a result of not taking that mark, they remain under pressure.
Yep. And right in the 30 metres out from goal is a dangerous spot.
And when you need them, exactly right.
Yep.
Where you need to take those marks, you should be taking them.
At the 21-minute mark of the third quarter, when your team trails by 12 points, you're under pressure. You just need a cool head. Can they get it out? The Tigers, back there was the Maroons in the ruckman. Good work there by Anderson, who gave it across to a teammate in Bailey. Outlet kick to Zach Carlson. Tried to get a handball back to Bailey. Has to work now with the tackle on Dunbar. And the ball spills over for a boundary throw. And we'll get you the A-grade netball score as soon as that happens. That game is just finished over there on the far side of the ground. Of course, it was the Tigers taking on the Maroons. I think it's first versus seventh at the moment. And back here, we've gone 22 minutes. We're going to have a secondary stoppage after that ball up. Far side of the ground. Morwell Rec Reserve, Sunday afternoon football. Rival versus rival. It doesn't get much bigger than this.
So Morwell desperate to win today to start to put some more pressure on claiming that fifth spot. Traralgon looking for third spot as McFarlane from the half-back kicks to space. Now we've got a race. Traralgon win that race. Left leg goes towards centre half forward. Collison from behind, beaten to the ball. Good mark taken by Anderson, who plays on quickly. They've got time, but they can't afford to dilly-dally, and that's what they're doing at the moment. It's going to get cut off, and good play by Traralgon after there was some poor decision-making from Morwell. Eventually the umpire takes control. This time, grandstand side, Morwell's home ground, left half forward flank.
So ball up. Hamilton taps it down. Nicely done. D'Angelo tries to run onto it. Soccers off the ground. Not 15. Handball from Wetherill. Cooling couldn't quite get it. Hillier was there as well. Gave away the free kick for in the back. As Snyder just gets up holding his right shoulder. Should be all right. He's going to take his kick. He's got Schilling on all if he wants it short. He goes longer to Eddie. Why wouldn't you? Into the pocket. Big fly. Can't mark. Over it goes for a boundary throw-in right in front of the beer booth.
Geez, their efficiency's poor at the moment now. It's really dropped off the Tigers.
Inside 50s, Paul Carter.
The last 9 have gone to Traralgon. It's 12-7 Traralgon's way this quarter.
Traralgon just one goal away from really putting some pressure on Morwell, and that's where we are at the moment. Just metres from Traralgon's goal. Ball thrown back in. First player there is Snyder. Can't get a handle on it. Spills towards Schillings. Can't beat the boundary. Another boundary throw-in to take place. 40 metres from Traralgon's goals. So the margin now 12 points.
There's a few starting to gather around the old Legends bar there now. Probably come out from outside the old past players as well. So hopefully enough there to give the boys a bit of a lift.
Musil taps it down. Anderson was there. Handball forward to Lopez. Quick kick, one-on-ones, although Hurrigan will make it a 2-on-1. Couldn't mark it.
Look at this.
They get to the back. McDonald has got some space. He'll handball to Galea. Galea will give it back to McDonald and misses him by hand. Now he's under pressure. They've still got the footy in their control just. Hamilton comes in. They save the day.
The idea was there to run it down like a rugby thing,
Perfect
wasn't it?
idea.
Yeah.
It was perfect.
Just missed the handball though.
Execution again. Happened a few times in this quarter.
Can they get one late? 24 minutes are gone. Inside their forward 50 of the Tigers. No, the Maroons are good. D'Angelo gave it to Cunico, who gave it to Kimberley, who kicked it 2 metres to Marsh. He can switch this. Now they're away. They get it out to Neoclis. He's got McMahon on. Has he got the next one? Tripodi will lead for him. Cooling will be the defender. McMahon says, I'll kick it over the back. Going back with a flight. Couldn't quite get a hand on it. Tripodi takes the mark. Too far out to score. Wheels around. Into the pocket. One-on-one. Eddie! Shoves his opponent out the way to the side. All fair. And Eddie will go back from the tight pocket.
Look at Jacobson out the back here. No, he's been picked up by Bailey now. He was trying to be an option for a cheapie.
Switch footy was good from the Maroons.
Perfect.
Out to space, open space, of course. McMahon's kick was a really important one, just the good penetration to get it over the top of the defender. And now Eddie finds himself having a shot on goal. He's worked it from left to right, not enough. And that one was a big moment right there. That could have just about been, not the sealer, but a real damaging one at three-quarter time.
A bit of a let off.
A 13-point lead to Traralgon, 55 to Morwell, 42.
All right, ball to be brought back into play by Morwell. It is getting late. Normally, Nick will have an afternoon nap on a Sunday at this time before he watches the replays of Bold and the Beautiful. Right now, Cooling has the ball, brought back into play, chooses a good option, the outer side Weatherall, plays on quickly. Tell you what, they can make Traralgon pay for that miss. They'll go through Galea, who's been busy as well. Left half forward flank, feeds it off the 1-2. Bailey gives it back, and here we go through Cooling. Under pressure, and it's all Traralgon here. Inside their forward 50, they find themselves, but they've got some options, Traralgon, to change direction. It was Hurrigan. They chose not to, and now in hindsight, they probably wish they did, because right on quarter time, Blake Cooling took the mark, but he won't pay because...
Come on.
Even his old man.
Even his old man. No, don't do it.
Here we go.
Yeah.
Just give it up, son.
No.
Give it up.
Stranger things have happened.
No, I tell you what, it's
no.
not strange. He's had the kick. He wanted a touch. That's all it was.
He's only broken a windscreen.
He only fell short by 30, 40 metres. Three-quarter time. We've still got a game, and it's very much alive here at Morwell for this Gippsland Live coverage of Traralgon v Morwell.
Yeah, 13-point margin, 8-7-55 the Maroons. They kicked 2-1 in the quarter. The Tigers are 6-6-42. We've got one to go on Sunday afternoon. Of course, you're listening to Gippsland Live on TRFM, all thanks to Harvey Norman Electrical Gippsland. Yeah, it's a final quarter. It's a 13-point margin at three-quarter time. Maroons in front at the moment, away from their home deck, 8-7-55. The Tigers are 6-6-42. Kicking with potentially the kicking end of the ground at least. It doesn't seem to be really windy conditions out there, but all the goals have been kicked towards the left of radio.
Yeah, the windsock's still blowing down towards that city end too, Scud. So hopefully, if the conditions suit, it's great to see a lot of the old past premiership players out at the huddle then too, supporting the team today. Hopefully they can give them a little bit more inspiration for this last quarter, Scud.
Here we go, final quarter of Harvey Norman Computers.
So Musil v Jacobson. Jacobson gets the tap, and first player there is McAuliffe. He's been busy all day, maybe one of the best. Kick around the body towards half-forward flank, finds a teammate, and that teammate being Tom Gray. Plays on quickly, 2v1, and guess what? One of those two is Traralgon's Ty Hirrigan, and he does what he does best again.
That started as a 2v2. Galea let him sort of just stop and wanted to get front and square and allowed Hirrigan to be the uncontested one. Marsh kicks it towards the outer side. Lopez takes the mark on the far side, who was under a little bit of an injury cloud in that three-quarter time huddle. Kicks towards half forward. Hand back, Eddie was there. Closing quickly was Darnell Grech, and he was able to get a push on it, and it goes over for a boundary throw-in.
Regardless of the player bring the ball inside 50, it's player awareness. If you know Hirrigan's going to take a mark, you look differently. You've got to look away, lower the eyes a little bit differently, and bring it in lower to a leading forward.
Boundary throw-in. Jacobson just takes it out of the ruck. No one really there. And then Snyder was wrapped up in the tackle. We'll have a ball up now, right on the top of the 50. Still seems a little bit open for the Traralgon forwards to work into from this stoppage. Jacobson handball taps it over the top. Musil does well. McFarlane was there. Handballed inboard to Bailey. Underground handball missed the target. Allowed Traralgon to come in. D'Angelo was there. Second tackle holding the footy. And now the Tigers are away. D'Angelo might be hurt as well, as Bailey rolls onto that famous left foot of his. He went with a barrel. It might just come off. It skids out to the back. Working hard though was Membry. Overrun the football. Quigley was there to pick it up quickly, and no prior opportunity. We're going to ball up outside 50 for the Tigers.
I don't mind that then. Bring the ball in ugly. Just do the ugly kick inside. Doesn't give a chance for Hirrigan to mark.
No, he can play small and tall, Hirrigan, though. He's a good player either end, so we'll see. It is an option they should consider, Nick. Sorry to disagree. You're the expert. I'm the caller. I'll keep calling.
Thanks to Carpet Country, Nick's here for. Remember, he helps dreams become a reality.
He does too.
1981.
Yes, that's right.
45 metres from Morwell's goals. They're into attack, and they've won the free kick. Musil too high in that ruck contest. Now, Scud, what do you reckon? It'll take all of his best football to land a goal from outside 50. Goes short. I'll tell you what, it was a risky option, but he found Zach Anderson in the end. He's no closer to goal, but he centres it up a bit. Now the lead is on. It's a long lead, McDonald. Can he keep the ball in? He does. No, he does not. The boundary umpire said it was millimetres over the line, and possibly it was. And the fact is, it's going to be a boundary throw-in. 30 metres from Morwell's goals. Morwell 6-6-42. Traralgon 8-7-55. 2.5 minutes for final quarter.
Something from the stoppage for the Tigers, maybe. Over the back it goes. No, the Maroons stand up in that one. 13 points. Final quarter. Big game on hand. McAuliffe tried to run through it. Try to look for the free kick. Nice little handball there from the Maroons out of that stoppage. Was from D'Angelo. Now to Collison. And Dunbar will kick it out of bounds on the full. And Bailey will take the free kick.
Need some spread here. They're actually flat-footed at the moment. No one's really moving.
This is where you basketball this one around, I reckon. But Bailey decides with that left foot to chip it over the top to the pocket. Quigley can take the mark in the field of play.
Has to go for it.
He does. He's right in front of the big crowd that's built here on Sunday afternoon. Sponsors Day. Past premiership celebrating as well.
Sort of goal that can lift the club too.
Absolutely. They trail by 13.
Going round the corner too far out.
Quigley, no. I like it. He'll get some good purchase on it. Needs to be high, and he decides to pass it off. Beautifully done. McAuliffe again. Waited.
We'll call it a set play, right? Because he really sucks.
It's just smart.
It is smart.
He was going to have a shot on goal. Now McAuliffe looks to shape up to kick around the body. Plays on. Kicks around the body and puts it through.
Come on.
And at the 4-minute mark, Boxer gives us a come on. He wants a competitive game, and the Tigers are going to give you one.
And they will, and it's really smart play. One thing I want to say about Quigley too, he's been a renowned forward prior to his sort of venture into the power side of things and then the VFL. He's a renowned forward. Maybe that's the option now. Him being as a permanent forward in this last quarter, just give him another option.
And Morwell draw to within 7 points of Traralgon at the 4-minute mark of the final quarter. The Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard, Morwell 7-6-48, trailing Traralgon 8-7-55.
So Collison, Schneider, Cunico and Jacobson in there for Traralgon. Useful to do the ruck work for Morwell. Jacobson uses his strength, finds Collison. Collison taken without the ball. Play on was the call, fair enough too. Spills out, they get a chance, Cunico. Feeds it off and off they go. The Maroons inside forward 50. Hamilton brings the ball back. LaPre's grabbed ball. He grabbed in turn and held nicely. 45 metres from Traralgon's goals. Kicking to the right of your radio. The umpire takes control. Was that lightning in the background I saw a moment ago?
The lights just turned on.
Okay.
Yes.
So there was lighting?
Yes, that's right. You're correct.
But not lighting.
No.
So another ball up.
Just one letter, is it?
Just one letter.
One bloke in this box for jokes, mate, not for you.
No, that's right.
Yeah, Tim's not with us on Sundays.
Ball thrown up. McAuliffe grabs ball. He in turn grabbed by Schneider.
How good was Tim's joke a couple of weeks ago?
Excellent. One of the best I've heard.
Yep.
And you've got a comedian looking for his notes to read out jokes prior to the game. You know you're in trouble. God. Spontaneity's gone completely. Cunico with the ball. Spontaneously kicked it to the top of the square where Shilling is the option. Back of the square, nicely done, Morwell. Under pressure, under siege, but clearing the area nicely through Linton. Kicked 60 metres. It's now 80 metres from Traralgon's goals. But guess what? The visiting side has the ball in hand and kicks to LaPre's. Contests the ball nicely. Grand level. Butters up, knocks the ball to advantage or tries to of a teammate, and they keep the ball in the area, which is 60 metres from their goals. Morwell 7-6, Traralgon 8-7. 6 minutes gone, final quarter. It's 4th v 6th.
Ball up, top of the 50. Musa was there. McAuliffe with a nice handball. Allows someone to run onto this one, but coming quickly there was D'Angelo. They gave it back to Collison. Left foot kick into side forward 50. Big pack. No one can mark. At ground level. Shilling was there. Couldn't bend over and pick it up cleanly. And now Linton will come in.
There's some tired players out there.
I was just about to say how tired some players look already. The lights are on here at Morwell Rec Reserve at the moment, and it's getting quite dark.
7-point margin. Quickly from the stoppage, Schneider, quick kick. Shilling was there. Kick around the body was smothered. Well done by Linton. Now ball still in dispute.
Oh, too high. Wow. Big free kick to be paid in front of goal. Game in the balance.
Goes the way of Billy Shilling. And big moment for the Morwell Bowling Club. Right there, the Tigers stand with their hands on heads. And this one hurts. It's going to be directly in front. Billy Shilling's a renowned goal kicker. He's got one this afternoon. The Tigers get the first of the last quarter. And this will be the response at the 7.5-minute mark. Billy Shilling should not miss. 15 metres out, pokes at it, and just squeezes it home. It's good enough, though, for 6. Billy Shilling's got 2.
Sure to actually make of that too, Scud, because I just find it that sometimes umpires, whether it was there or not, and he's probably in the better position than what we are, but when the game's in the balance like this, sometimes you put the whistle away and let the players play. And unfortunately, this time, it didn't go the Tigers' way.
There didn't seem to be a lot of backlash from the Morwell players, though.
At the end of the day, he's the only one making the play.
That's right.
And he cops one high, free kick.
Back to the three-quarter time margin. Traralgon leading by 13 points on the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. 9-7-61 to 7-6-48.
Back-to-back goals will be crucial if the Maroons can get one here. They can't get any clean possession at the moment. Fighting hard on the bottom of the pack for the Tigers was Whack and also Scolters. Scolters, good to see him back out there after that injury a few weeks ago. First game back. Musil again tapped it down. Scolters tapped this one forward. Didn't have the football there with Shilling. And Bailey's given away the free kick. He just keeps racking them up, does Snyder, I should say, Tom Snyder. Right in the middle of Morwell Rec Reserve. Goes inside forward 50. Eddie will be the target. In the front spot was Lopez, though. Runs through a tackle there of Whack. And he's actually through that one, so the tackle was good from Whack, holding the footy. Squares it out wide where Bailey can find it. Outside his defensive 50.
So 8 3/4 minutes gone, final quarter. The margin at the start of this quarter was 13 points. Guess what? Margin right now, 13 points. Morwell need to get the next goal and had the opportunity to take a mark there. The umpire said play on. I thought Riley Oddie was the player that had enough of the ball to be rewarded a free kick. Umpire thought differently. So now it'll be Musil v Jacobson in the ruck. Musil, I thought, got the tap, gathered 3 or 4 metres. Nicely done. Carlson couldn't get clear air And now the umpire will take control again. Just the Morwell side of the outer side wing. Morwell kicking to the town end, trailing by 13 points. Jacobson gets the tap. He's just got a bit too much height for Musil. Around the ground, Musil is where he can do some damage, but in these ruck contests, it seems to be, and it is again, a big thump by Jacobson, gathers 15, 20 metres over the top. Linton, the 1-2. Does he get on the end of it again? He does, dances around a couple. They need to clear the area. They do through cooling. Went searching for, couldn't find McFarlane. First player there now is going to be McMahon. He's jumped on by a number of Morwell players. Right half forward flank, Morwell into attack. And the umpire will again ball this one up. 10 minutes gone, final quarter. 13 points.
We're going to cop a late share, I reckon, too, fellas, on its way.
Well, early goals might be important, and Wack's got a quick kick towards the top of the 50. Membry was back there, quickly tackled. No prior opportunity.
The battle between the ruckmen. We've got 34 hit-outs to Max Jacobson, 23 to Dan Musil.
So again, another stoppage. Musil again, or Jacobson, either way. I think Jacobson got a hand on that one towards the boundary. We'll have a boundary throw in. 10.5 minutes gone. It is 13 points. All of a sudden, the quarter starts slipping away, and the Tigers still trail by that margin that they did at three-quarter time, as Poppy just said.
So it's all or nothing for Morwell now. Need their best players around the ball and push their chips in, because that's where the game sits at the moment. Ball just outside their 50. They have possession. They need to get some clear passage through, and they can't. Such is the intensity around the ball. Quick kick forward now to within 20. Can they find a winner now? Right here. They can't. Spills towards the boundary again, and McFarlane's in no mind to keep that ball into play given the pressure around him. You're not happy with that, Nick?
No, talk about pressure. I've got some pressure on my tush at the moment.
Your backside's playing up again, the hemorrhoids?
Don't worry, everyone heard it during the half-time break. There's the ball thrown in, taking it out of the ruck quickly. Bailey on the left foot, in the right spot. Doesn't quite get it to bend around from left to right. And from stoppage goals, that's what they needed. They couldn't quite get it to minor score, Paul Carter.
Two straight goals, the difference. Morwell 7-7-49, trailing Traralgon 9-7-61. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard 12 minutes last quarter.
All right, so Nick applies the cream and Traralgon apply the pressure. They go towards the outer side of the ground. A mark taken by...
I'm stuck.
Morwell again. Yeah, well, don't go so deep.
Walsh it is. Drives it to half forward. Can't find the target. Hamilton was back there. That one's helping you, Boxer. The kick comes out. Boxer's stuck in the box. Meanwhile, the Tigers go forward again. Membry rushes his kick out of the back half. McFarlane will go up to try and mark. Couldn't complete the one. We've lost everyone in the box. I'll try and stay composed. Inside 50, the Tigers go. McFarlane by the hands to Lopez. Swinging out wide now to Walsh. Inboard handball. Will you stop laughing, Boxer? As Whack kicks it to the top of the square. No one can mark it. Ball in dispute. Comes down to Gray. Handballs quickly to McDonald. He'll go backwards by hand to Jacobson. He just took it a little bit too casually, although the Tigers have got numbers. Anderson will get a handball now to Jacobson. His right foot kick. Finds Dotty.
Oh, yes.
It found Dotty.
Wow. Slip-slide catch, wasn't it?
It was. He had to go low, and he took the mark, and this is the all-important one, and most importantly, all of a sudden, the umpire says no. It hit the ground. We're going to ball it up. After all that, they trail by 12 points, the Tigers. Stoppage. Bailey tries to crash through. Good tackle by McMahon. And we'll do it again. Other good news, Boxer's relieved himself. He's not stuck.
He's okay
extricated.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Unfortunately, he's missing a wedding ring. 30 metres out, 45-degree angle. Jacobson gets the thump. Nicely done. Ground level. I reckon that could have been Hillier. Took the ball, couldn't bust the pack. A goal absolutely crucial for the home side right now. Morwell, 2 goals down, deep into the last quarter. Ground level, fight hard from both sides. For Morwell, it was Neocleus, Harvey type. And his corresponding number 9, Tyler Hillier, was the other player. Jacobson gets the tap, goes searching for the boundary or towards that area. Can't find it. Free kick paid, no. Umpire.
Just a quick whistle.
Yeah, it was a quick whistle.
Yeah, from my ball at least.
The umpire again, 30 metres from Morwell's goals, 45-degree angle. Jacobson again goes towards the boundary, finds Membry. Quick kick, no, fell short. And it goes the way of James Jacobson. He'll kick to the top of the square or go short. Or he went short. He was just a centimetre off where it needed to be. And now Traralgon under pressure, but none more so than probably Morwell, is a quick kick out of defence from D'Angelo. Falls in the arms of a opponent in Greg, and now Greg feeds it off to Bailey, and Bailey kicks long.
Guess who?
But guess what? Harrigan again takes a mark, last line of defence.
He does, and he goes short over the top to McMahon. The defence from the Maroons stand tall as Jacko McMahon looks up. It's all sort of one-on-ones at the moment. He keeps it towards the grandstand side. Out the back, Eddie put one hand up, trying to pick it up off at ground level. There it was. On that occasion, Cunico not going anywhere. The forwards will roll back. The midfielders will get to this stoppage. 15 minutes gone. The margin's at 12 points. McAuliffe is at ground level. Took on a tackler. Inboard handball, 50-50. Carlson does well. Into Lopez. Out towards Jakey Suter. Right foot snap around the body. Where's in the front spot? No. Membry's in the back. Reads it much better. Takes the mark and gets it out to Hourigan. On his defensive back pocket. Now he can relieve the pressure. They've got the overlap now, the Maroons. They could just about take it, but Marsh slows things down.
He goes inboard, or attempts to go inboard at least, then runs into trouble, does a U-turn, gives ground, keeps possession. Harrigan's just pushed up the ground, but his kick is poor, one of his rare poor disposals. Linton takes the mark, changed direction. Not a bad play. Blew it on the end of it. Comes grandstand side, and McAuliffe's got some room to move. He's got a boundary option, and that boundary option is what he chooses to take. It's Josh Galea. Inside forward 50. The kick absolutely poor. In the end, there was no pressure. What happened? Player was a goal, and the umpire says caught with the ball. No need for it.
What the hell happened then?
I'm not sure, but Player was the call. He was caught with the ball, and now take two, Brandon McDonald.
Too far out to score. He needs to pass it off.
Well, you've said this once, and he went close.
The wind actually
There is a little bit of wind there.
Yep.
There is a little
bit of tailwind. He's going to have to start it left. It'll drift right. He plays on right on the arc of 50. Off the bird. It starts left. It goes too far right and over the boundary line for a point. It's short. By a centimetre, you're spot on again.
Under 2 goals now. It's an 11-point margin in Traralgon's favour. 9-7-61 to 7-8-50. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. Almost 17 minutes played in the final quarter.
Dill Lopez has come off too again, limping heavily as well. He's in the hand of the trainers at the moment.
So Hourigan comes to the grandstand side. No real option, so just has to kick towards Eddie. It's 1-on-1, make it 2-on-1. Eddie, though, giving away the free kick for holding the man. Traralgon don't like it.
Ooh.
Darnell Grech has it on the half forward. Has a look up. First thing you'd look at, he goes to the pocket. He's got one back. It's Galea. Keeps it in. He kicks it. Has a shot. No. Puts it to the double square. At the back. Hillier! Didn't pay the mark, did they? Yes, they did. Membry went to ground. Hillier worked his opponent in front. He gets up a little bit proppy. It's going to take a almighty effort from here to put it through. He's on a tight angle. But if his Tiger Cubs need something...
He looks sore too.
Yep. I think they landed on him just as he took the mark. He's hard up on the boundary line. He's a right footer. He's not on the right side of the ground. He might have to go the check side, and he hits the upright. It's another minor score. The Tigers have had it camped in their forward 50, but they can't capitalise, Paul.
Exactly, Darryl. They've had the last 7 inside 50s, and they're now a 10-point margin in Traralgon's favour.
35 players in Morwell's half of the ground. As the ball's brought back into play, that changes as we speak, as Traralgon attempt to go forward. They just can't seem to burst through the centre of the ground, and a holding the ball decision means Zach Carlson will take the resultant free kick. They need to keep moving with a bit of urgency. 18 minutes gone, 10 points the margin. They now threaten forward 50 again, where it's all Traralgon and all too easy. Hugh Dunbar takes the mark.
Well, that was all too easy. Dunbar kicks towards the wing. Good battle out there with Linton and Schilling. Out the back there is Max Jacobson and Blewett. And the boundary line will win. Traralgon gain some meterage. They get it down in their forward half at least.
Paul, how many marks inside 50 from Morwell today?
Hang on.
D'Angelo and Lopez doing some run-throughs on the boundary line. Tap down there from Musil. And we'll have a secondary stoppage.
8 boxer.
There you go.
Harvey Howe comes back out to the coach's box, but I don't think he'll be going back on. But technically he can.
Harvey Howe?
Yeah, he's just back in the box. He's back. He went to the hospital, had his finger put back in, and he's back in the dugout.
His dad's still there.
Kick down towards half forward they go. Linton was there, couldn't complete the mark. Now it's in the Top of the 50 for the Maroons. We're getting to a stage now at the 19-minute mark. We've only had 2 goals scored. How long did the third quarter go for, Paul? Because
26, I think.
26.
It wasn't a long one.
We had 3 goals in that quarter. We've only had 2 in this.
Yeah, 26 and a half.
So we might have about 6 minutes to go. They get inside forward 50 to the Maroons. Schilling was there. Handled across now. Neocleus kick around the body. This will hurt. This will hurt. He celebrates. The umpire says no. Calm your farm. It's a point.
Well, 11 points the margin, Paul Carter, is that right?
9-8-62 to 7-9-51. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard, almost 20 minutes played now.
All right, ball brought back in on the end of that kick was James Jacobson. He plays on quickly as well. Not the right option, you wouldn't think. Contested ball, grandstand wing. Winning that contested ball is Traralgon. Can they get themselves out of trouble? They can. They do it through Halliburton. Kicks to within 20. Brett Eddy!
There it is.
Marks 20 metres out on the slightest of angles, and for a goal kicker of note, you'd think this is bread and butter. He's kicked one in the first, he's kicked one in the second, he's kicked one in the third, and an opportunity to kick one in the fourth could be the sealer.
I'm making more moans than honeymooners. I'll give you the tip right now at the moment. But
I know
the
that.
only reason why is because Morwell letting themselves down with their disposal.
So Eddie,
Unreal.
on a very slight angle, will kick from 25 metres, maybe touching 30 metres out, but he's a quality forward and you'd expect him to nail this one. Starts it right, comes back beautifully. Goal number 4 for Brett Eddy, game over.
Yep.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really a tough one now for the Tigers. Unfortunately, they've got a bit of homework to do now, and it's probably more around their skills and their exits at the moment. Do you agree there, Scud, or not?
Yeah, they're obviously under pressure. They let themselves down in crucial moments, absolutely.
Yeah, it's one of those things.
Out to a 17-point lead for Traralgon. 21 minutes played in the final quarter. Harvey Norman computer scoreboard has Traralgon 10-8-68, leading Morwell 7-9-51.
And when you've got it camped in the forward line for so long and you don't capitalise on goals, you only get one. I think that's your issue there, and you've got to all know your limitations as well. Know where you can kick goals from. As again they go forward, this time it is through Snyder, gets towards half forward. CUNY goes out there and Walsh. CUNY will be the first one, couldn't quite pick it up cleanly. Walsh gathers it, quickly tackled by Skolters. There's no opportunity, we'll ball it up. Half forward flank now for the Maroons. 21 and a half minutes gone, the margin's out to 17 points. It's going to be tough for the Tigers to get home from here.
A left half forward flank, 17 points the margin. You'd think it's a game-winning margin and an important win for Traralgon. A hurtful loss for Morwell it would be as Traralgon go forward again. They draw the player on the end of it. Here we go. Tate Marsh can put the cherry on top, and guess what he does? He does exactly that. And Jake Best, coach of Traralgon on the boundary line, pretty happy with what he's seeing. As courageous as Morwell have been, Traralgon now starting to turn the screws.
Yeah, if it wasn't over for the previous goals there, Pop, it is now. And a nice finish then too, and they just started that through the midfield then. And they worked it really well through the lines, and a great finish there by Tate Marsh.
Yeah, it's certainly out of reach of Morwell now. At the 22-minute mark of the final quarter, Traralgon leading by 23 points in the Harvey Norman Computers scoreboard. The Maroons are 11-8-74 to Morwell 7-9-51.
3 goals in a row. We said that consecutive goals will either set things up or win you the game, and that's exactly what's happened for the Maroons. Again, they win it. Snyder gave it to Collison, barrels it back inside forward 50 again. Eddie might get another one here. He's leading the charge, but good work by Darnell Grech. Defensive 50 kick at the toes there of Anderson. Skip through towards Membry. Takes on the tackler. Comes inboard. Got Collison again. Takes the mark, and the experience says let's just slow things up a little bit. He holds onto it. He wants to get a nice deep entry. Kicks it inside forward 50, and it hits the chest of Brett Eddy. Well,
it's a chance for goal number 5
now, aren't they?
Yeah.
You can see the sap's out of the game now.
And Collison was smart then too as well. He took the mark. There was a bit of heat, not heat on him, but took the mark, slowed things down, just waited and waited, indicated he wanted to go deep forward, and then everyone rolled back. Eddie led up and hit him on the chest. Eddie will line up for goal number 5. It's been a good afternoon for Brett. Goal kicking wise, is he closing in on our leader?
He is. He's got a total of 34 if he can nail this, which means he's third on the list and one behind McDonald.
23 and 3/4 minutes. Brett Eddy for 4. Make it 5. Make it 5 for the afternoon. One hand salute to the skies as Brett Eddy has 5, and the Maroons are going to have another victory in round 11 of our Alinta Energy Gippsland League.
Yes, Scudder, and a great afternoon there for Brett. 5 goals in a game of 12 for the Maroons is a great return. The midfield have really got on top this last 5 minutes, and to go back to back to back with goals.
And the change of ruckman too, I think, has made a bit of a difference. Hamilton seems to be getting clear.
Great jump.
He has got a great leap, and he's finding a teammate on each occasion. So let's see if he can make it 3 times in a row here.
Harvey Norman computer scoreboard. 29-point margin is the result at the moment.
So a free kick paid against Traralgon, and McFarlane takes the resultant free kick, goes towards right half forward flank. Carlson plays on quickly, left leg, and he find a winner? He can't. A big punch from behind, comes from Connor Litter, spills, and now Little to Tate Marsh, and they run it grandstand side. 1 touch, 2 touch, draws the player, wants to handball over the top, does that. The 1-2 came back from Cunico, he goes short, and now Lewis D'Angelo just forward of right half-back flank for Traralgon. Grandstand side, he's in no rush. Handballs to McMahon, who came from behind him, and he kicks now in the direction of Laprise, who was at the front of the pack, but at the back was Eddie, who keeps the ball out in front of him, held without the ball. The umpire picked it.
Clever football.
It was. Footy. Put himself in between opponent and ball, and frustration more than something else gave Eddie a free kick. Now, can he bring up his third in this final quarter?
This will be a big effort.
Yeah, I'm going to back him in from here.
Distance won't be a problem.
Confidence is up. Confidence is up.
Real hobbit. Soon the umpire see that jumper come away.
Yes.
That's all they need.
All they need. So Brett Eddie will kick from 55 metres. McMahon taking the ground.
This will be a monster kick.
He can do it. You need to start at fairway right, although the breeze seems to have stopped a little. Starts it right, and it just stops. So it comes back a little bit. Actually, distance wasn't a problem in the end, surprisingly enough. And accuracy was, but only just.
It's now a 5-goal lead. 30 points to Traralgon at the 26-minute mark of the final quarter.
Turnover as they come in.
Boink.
And they're lucky. They got a free kick. Quigley handballs to McFarlane. Kicks it out wide to Wack. Wack looks ahead. He's got one down the line if he wants to go to Galea. He works hard for him, finds him.
Good mark.
Right in front of the gum tree here at Morwell Rec Reserve. The Tigers' day is done. Their kick goes to the top of the 50. Halliburton goes back, taps it in front of him, then gathers it. So they continue here with a handball in towards Tom Hamilton. Nicely done to Schilling. Over the top now to D'Angelo. Took on the tackler. Handball directly out of bounds. That's either deliberate. It is.
Gee, they've defended well, though, the Maroons' back line.
In this last quarter,
They really have.
5 goal isn't a true reflection of the closeness of the game, I wouldn't have thought.
Yeah.
But just in the last few minutes, Traralgon have opened them up.
Carlson goes in, but then it's going to quickly come back out. Scolters will kick it straight back to Carlson. He'll come in board. He can find Musil. Nobody. Goes backwards to Walsh. Now to Cooling. Handballs backwards towards Walsh direction. Just missed him. Now they've got Musil. They've got some numbers, although we've got a sling tackle, and the free kick will go to Harvey Neoclis.
Just got to send our best wishes out to Howie, mate. He's definitely inside.
There it is. The final siren sounds. We only went 27 minutes as we'd expect. And the Maroons have won it. They've got it out to a game-high 30 points in the end. As Poppy just said, it didn't really reflect what the game put up most of the day. They kicked the final 4 goals of the game, did the Maroons. A great victory in the end.